Have you guys ever watched the show just to hate on it?
Yeah, what do you mean? Half the shit on this podcast I've watched just to hate on it. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, and I'm sure I'll not like that.
I don't think
I don't think
it just does not seem like a
bro.
game
And let me tell you this. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host Connor. Once again, joined by the boys, Joey and Garnt. How are you boys feeling?
I'm feeling good.
It's our first time back recording in the studio for like a month.
Almost 2 months.
Yeah, but we did record in Australia.
We did.
It's not like we haven't seen each other.
No, I don't
seen
want
a bit too much of each other, if anything.
Yeah. I'm kind of tired of seeing you guys. It's kind of overrated, actually.
Overrated. What have you guys been up to?
Honestly, just not much since Australia. Australia was a lot. We had dinner with Joey. Got his revenge.
What the fuck?
I just remember
like you thought like I wouldn't notice. Like, I noticed immediately.
Sweet
revenge.
I just remembered this as I was just like talking. I was like, oh yeah, that happened. We caught up to Kevin in Australia. Unfortunately, you chose to go home early, Connor.
Early? No. I left when we were done working. You guys wanted to dilly-dally around and fuck around and spend the company money.
We wanted to catch up with some quality time.
I was spending time with my family, actually.
And family.
Friends.
Yeah.
Family.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my family there? Nowhere. You guys have family in Australia. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, so we had dinner with Kevin, and I remember we were getting the bill, and we were discussing how we should split the bill. Yeah. And Joey, I look over at Joey, and he just has the most devious look on his face.
I was like Mr. Burnsing that shit.
Because I was talking to Kevin. It was like, okay, the bill comes to this much. All right, let me split it. Look over to Joey. Joey looks over to me, and he's like, "Shall we put this on the trash taste card?"
Of course. I thought I'd paid Joey back, but it turns out I typed in the wrong PayPal email address.
Yeah. So we went to the Cold Ones grog party while we were in Australia.
Yeah,
and we and Connor was talking to some people about that, the girls bar situation, which was hilarious. You guys loved it.
Yeah,
and then
they loved it more. Importantly.
They loved it more importantly.
This is filmed before the awards, but I'm guessing it's going to have won an award.
I hope.
One
I
of the
fucking
top
hope
moments.
so.
It's all about the reveal. It's all about. I held on to that for like 2 months.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
But yeah, we were discussing that, and then Connor was like, "All right, fine, I'll pay you back right now." And then
no, I said I had paid you back.
Oh yeah, it was like, "No, what do you mean? I already paid you back." And then I was like, "Okay." So I checked my PayPal, nothing.
And I was like, what the fuck? I sent the money.
Yeah. And then Connor, turns out, sent it to the wrong email.
So you just sent it to a random Joey.
I sent $150 to some random person. So that's gone.
Oh my God. Is that instant karma compilation?
I think so. I
had no idea that happened, actually.
So, but what I'm learning from this is that Garnt has benefited from this situation.
Yeah,
we
have to go.
Whoa! I am just there as a passive observer.
You didn't protest the payment of neither of these.
I love it. Let me bring
me
up.
and Joey need to have a spoils on you.
Yeah, we really do. I love as well the immediate message we got.
Yeah. So what happened is Joey was like, okay, let's put it on the trash taste card. And I was like, well, Joey, I'm going to be Joey's friend here, and I'm going to be like, he deserves his karma, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah, because you got a fucking good meal. I saw the bill.
I know.
What the fuck did you guys eat?
I was trying to be a good friend
here. What the hell did you guys eat?
I was being
this bill came out to like $1,500. Were you guys eating caviar?
No, it was 1,000 Australian.
That's what the heck? That's like 2,000.
And then I got a message from Connor immediately after paying the bill. Who he just said, bastards.
Joey.
And they said, better get a video or photo for the pod.
Yeah.
And we have one photo. One blurry photo. Mudan put it up.
Wow.
Garnt looks photoshopped in.
Why you got to get a video if you're spending it on the company card.
So we didn't break any of the rules. We got a photo. There were two core stakeholders in the business.
Beautiful photo of Kevin and my sister.
And I mean, we had a meeting with the highly decorated, critically acclaimed anime composer Kevin Penkin, as well. This was clearly a business. But do you know how many awards he's won, Connor?
Yeah.
How many have I paid for? I funded half his career.
I just, there was this moment where I think Joey, when we were playing the build, Joey's like, I wonder if Connor's going to notice. We punch in the pin code within like 0.1 seconds of us punching in the pin code.
Smell it.
Connor, we get a message from Connor.
Would I know? Of course I'd know this. I'm not a buffoon like you, Joey.
Connor's just calling our accountant. Cancel this right now.
We have credit card fraud. I'm not in Australia right now. This can't be done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good meal. What was the meal? What'd you eat? At least tell me what you ate.
We went to the restaurant that we went to last year in Australia with the forbidden bread. Do you remember
that one?
Yeah.
Bastards. the one restaurant that I would actually go back to in Australia.
Yeah.
We had the forbidden bread rolls or whatever the hell they were called. With
I don't know why they were
butter of the gods or something.
I don't know why they were forbidden originally, and then I tasted them, and apparently only royalty ate this beforehand or something like that.
I felt like I was committing a sin eating these.
Yeah.
Like
that bread is so fire.
good.
Yeah, and then I had one taste. I was like, "Holy shit! This is why it's forbidden. Peasants can't touch this bread." Okay,
and also because it costs $1,000 fucking dollars. Jesus,
it is always like okay. There is okay. I would say the forbidden bread was worth the hype, but I always get sus right whenever someone goes to like a fancy restaurant. And you know all they can talk about was okay. This meal costs this much. But that bread though, man, that bread just hit different. And they don't talk about the rest of the whatever Michelin star meal.
that was literally the meal I had with you at the British one, the Michelin star one.
Oh yeah.
The bread was godlike.
Yeah, the
And it was
Heston
heavy.
Blumenthal
Yeah,
one,
it was heavy and there was lots of it.
Yeah.
And it was the best. It was the only thing I remember.
Yeah. Well, it's the only thing I remember about this dish. After the bread, it just time skips to. I got King Crimson to like. We should use the company card.
I mean, listen, the bread was good. If only you could have brought me a slice pack or something, I would have been happy, right?
Wouldn't have been the same without the freshly baked.
It tasted
forbidden
even
bread.
better knowing it was on the company card.
That was the sweetest spice for Joey.
What is it? What's
Revenge.
the cheap show quote? It was like, the secret ingredient is crime. It's like, okay. I've been going to this yakitori restaurant for a very long time now. And the owner, they absolutely don't like foreigners there.
Okay.
I've had to whip out the Tanaka multiple times to get the reservation. And I've been there multiple times where someone will come in, foreigner, they'll be like, oh, no, we're full. And then a Japanese person will come in literally right after, because I'm right next to the door.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, yeah, right there. So but they have an English menu, which is counterintuitive, right? So it's my favorite yakitori spot. And I must have gone like 20, 25 times. And I've desperately tried to be like the chef to notice me. Because I'm like, please respect me as a customer who comes back all the time.
Yeah.
And finally, after going about this month, I think I've gone like 6 times.
Jesus.
Because it's so fucking fire that it's so good that I'm not sure if the xenophobia makes it taste better or worse, but it's so fire. No one has ever cooked chicken like that in my life. It's just literally a chicken breast. It changed. It's like that meme where it's like, I literally don't understand. You're like, this is everything to me. And I finally went. And then the first time I come in, they normally always ask me for my name. The chef comes out. He's like, all right, here you go. He's like, go sit down. I was like, no name. He's like, go sit down. He's like, where do you want to sit? I was like, where do I want to sit? This is crazy, unheard of level.
The chef's like, I only meet so many white Tanakas.
Because like the past like 6 times, he'd always smirk. And I'd always say like hi to him. And I'd always be like, oh, long time no see. I'd be like, the food's fire. So good, man. Crushed it. And so finally, he's super chill towards me now. After like 30 times of going.
It's like a dating sim. You know, you've
genuinely
gone
like I had to do the interaction.
You have to do the interaction over and over again to get the gauge up.
Yeah.
And this dude for like the first 15 times I went, wouldn't crack a smile, wouldn't even look at me. And now I finally got it on the point where he'll have a little chat with me now.
It's literally that Gantz meme of like, you ain't white boy.
I think so. He's like, this guy's not so bad. This guy's chill.
Hell yeah.
And then
that's always the best feeling as well, especially when you can like bring like a friend or something, and you're
Yeah.
like, I know a place. This guy right here, him and I are homies.
This guy sorts us out. No worries about it.
he'll sort us out.
The ultimate final step is if I walk in without a reservation, if he'll figure it out for me. That's like the final boss of schmoozing.
You're gonna have to like purchase the DLC for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows how much I spend. It's pretty like it's like middle tier yakitori price wise.
Right.
It's not like a course. It's like you can order as much you. I gotta take you guys actually.
I feel like that's the best because I've been to some. There are certain things like sushi and yakitori where I feel like the best experience I've had is that middle range.
So far.
Because when you go to like such high range, I'm just like, I'm
not enough of a food snob to like appreciate
Exactly,
this. Yeah.
exactly. I don't really appreciate this or whatever fine ingredients you're adding to this for this experience. It just kind of tastes very similar.
Dude, it's literally just chicken and salt, and I don't know how the hell he does it, but everything tastes insane. But they're always sold out of everything by the time I arrive.
Right.
So like, they sell chicken wings. I've never seen them. I don't know.
That's because they're the best. Because when you said chicken breast, I'm like, of course the chicken breast is left over. Nobody wants.
No. Because they have like, you go in and then they have like 3 different types of chicken you can choose from. They're like, this is the chicken from our mori. It's the best one. This one, and then when you order the like negima, for example, they'll give you like a piece of the thigh, breast, and something else with a negima. It's so good. And I don't know how he has like the perfect crisp on it, like crackling. On the chicken.
Damn.
It's godlike.
Doesn't matter where the chicken comes from, though.
Hey, when you taste this, you'll be like, he's on something. Okay. This man is cooking something.
Okay.
And they do this one day. I took Chris recently because Chris loves it too. This one dish with it, he literally just yakitori's cheese.
Wait, like a block of cheese?
It's literally just a block. It's like the only like weird thing I like. Cause like normally, okay, here's the deal. If you're at a yakitori place and they have like a million things that they'll put cheese on, you're probably in like the wrong spot, I'd say. Because a lot of places just don't do that. Maybe they'll do like a pork with cheese or like asparagus with cheese. Sometimes they do like that, but that's like normally it. But if they start fucking around with cheese like crazy, you're normally in like a really weird or cheap
They're
place,
trying to mask something.
Yeah. So normally I don't go for it, but they're just one thing on the menu. The only thing that involves cheese is just literally a smoked block cheese, they'll yakitori it.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And they didn't have it. And Chris was about to have like a aneurysm when I told him they were sold out.
It's like, no cheese.
Well, yeah, because it's one of those restaurants where they buy only the amount like really they need for the day. So like, and it closes at like 9 p.m.
Okay.
So
is it like a lunchtime place?
No. It opens from 5 and they normally sell out by 9.
Holy fuck.
Holy shit.
That must be good then.
It's so fire.
That's how you know this place is like popping off.
Yeah.
It's getting more popular too, and I'm like, no, because I used to be able to like reserve the day before, and I have to do like 4 days before.
It's all those TikToks. I found this hidden gem in Tokyo, and by next week, it's
Have
like,
you ever had yakitori cheese?
Yeah.
You can at this
And
place.
people always ask me, they're like, oh, can you tell me like the place, like the restaurant? I'm like, well, I go there like every day, so no. It's not that I don't want you to go; it's that I don't want it to be.
No,
like
it
a
is
fan.
that I don't want you to go as well.
Listen, I'm not trying to gatekeep. I just don't want it to be a fan meetup when I go to my joint.
I'll happily say I am trying to gatekeep.
Yeah, I'm trying to gatekeep that shit. I'm like, no, this is my safe space. Fuck you guys.
Sometimes there's nothing more sacred to me than just a nice meal.
Yeah.
There are some restaurants where for me, I just feel at home there.
I mean, also, I like in Japan, I normally ask if I tell people publicly. I normally like to ask the guy, like, is it cool if I tell people? Because I don't want them to be like, holy shit, where did all these fucking foreigners come from?
Yeah.
Which a lot of them will be like,
I have to crank my xenophobia up to an 11.
no, genuinely, there are places that will be like, oh yeah, you want to promote it? Oh, awesome. He's like, and then I'm like, oh, you get a lot of foreigners. He's like, maybe don't do that. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's like, you know what? I don't like money.
Yeah, it's just a lot of them are like money or dealing with foreign customers who I don't really understand as well.
Yeah,
it's like I'll just like comfort, comfort.
Most people say with comfort anyway. To end with, I had my first experience of Japanese sarcasm.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Only took 5 years.
It only took 5 years. It was like very subtle.
You found the shiny Pokemon of Japanese people.
Talking about like finding hidden gems or stuff like that. So me and Sydney just randomly wandered into this bar, and it's just like it's one of those like fucking tiny ass bars.
Love those ones.
Love those places. And it's run by one old Japanese guy who seems like, you know, sometimes when you get the air that someone has experience, someone's like seen shit, you know.
Yeah.
So we go into this bar, and this place is decked out with Ashita no Joe.
Oh, okay.
Like stuff,
Oh,
like
yo.
posters,
That's tight.
merchandise. It is completely filling up like the entirety of the wall, along with like some shikishis that I think are by some like the Ashita no Joe staff members.
Damn.
And like I think there was like an illustration from the actual author himself sitting
shit.
somewhere. So we go in and we're like, oh, this is cool. So, and Sydney tries to strike up a conversation with the bartender. And the first thing she asked is, so, you like Ashita no Joe? and the bartender stares at her in silence, looks around like that, and he just stares at her again and just goes, no. And I was like, oh, okay. There are some Japanese people who can be sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Probably like the worst way to open a conversation.
It's like no shit.
so you come here often? But no, it ended up being like I sometimes you find like the most random bars and random places in Japan. So we got talking to this bartender, and this bar's been around for fucking eons, right? And I see this shikishi standing on like the wall, and it says Guy Ritchie on it, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, that's probably like a random guy. That's just someone else randomly called.
Might be a common name.
It might be a common name. Whatever. It might be a common name. So I ask him, well, what's the story behind this? And he shows me a picture, and it's Guy fucking Ritchie, the director of Snatch and Lock, Stock 2 Smoking Barrels. I was like, what the fuck? Why did Guy Ritchie come to this bar? And he was like, oh, no. You like, there's like been plenty of people that have come to this bar. And so he goes through like, he goes through, he starts scrolling through like his camera roll, right? And he says, Franz Ferdinand, shitemasu ka? And he shows me
Which one?
No, the band.
Oh, okay, yeah,
the
I
band,
was like-
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
You know, the World War One.
Yeah, the
that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
yeah.
He's still alive?
Well, actually, no, Joe. That's actually why.
Yeah. And then he shows me, and it's just like the Franz Ferdinand, the band, just sitting like right over there at the opposite table for what we're sitting at. And the thing that really blew my mind was he scrolls up a bit more. He was like, Zakilas. So
Why are they all going to this bar?
it was just like this random kind of like very small.
It's like
rock.
everyone you love.
Yeah. This is like everyone that I fucking love that has gone to this bar.
So random.
And yeah, apparently, I think it's like just a very popular bar for bands that perform in Japan to go to afterwards, and I guess like word of mouth spread around, because it's like a very, very small rock bar that happens to have so many Ashita no Joe shit around it, and it just like I was just fucking surprised that this bar had this much history and this much cool shit going on. Sometimes you can find hidden gems in Japan, because I remember I took you guys to another bar where there was this bar, I think, was it in Shibuya, where everyone could write like a message on the wall and shit like that. Do you remember this bar?
Yes,
One where
I
you
do
carve?
remember that.
Huh?
The one where you carve in the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I remember randomly going there. How I discovered it was just another bar, randomly go into, and I was just like, I saw like the Strokes on like the bar wall being carved in with like signatures, and I was like, there's no way that's the real Strokes, right? There's no way that's the real Strokes. And I googled like the signatures of each of the band members, and it fucking matched up.
Jesus.
And yeah, I don't know. I sometimes go to like just go to like random places, random bars. You can find like, you know, Connor has plenty of stories about random nightclub encounters, night bar encounters, and you can just find the most random shit because You don't know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, that was like when I went to the secret Nintendo bar that I got invited to like a couple of months ago. And I went into the toilet, and it's the exact same thing. Like this whole thing is just like decked out with Nintendo shit, which is cool. But like you go into the toilet, and the toilet's just covered in signatures of like all the people who went there. And I was like, oh, okay, this is always fun to look at because it's like I wonder what kind of person would stumble upon this place.
Yeah.
But like before I could do that, I was immediately distracted by this giga massive like just illustration and the signatures underneath because it was just fucking Maxim the Hormone.
That's cool.
Like all of them are just like, one of them I guess was just like, I'm going to be shitting here for a while. I'm just going to draw this giant illustration on this wall and then throw in a couple of signatures. And I'm like, I cannot imagine the members of Maxim the Hormone being like, yay, Nintendo bar. Like, it's just so weird to think about.
Everyone likes Nintendo.
Yeah, everyone does.
Until you get sued.
Yeah.
Until you get sued. Yeah.
I think the most wholesome thing I found at that bar, because me and Cindy have gone to it in a while, and sometimes we just like to read the different things that people have carved into the walls and stuff. And there was this one message that someone carved into one of the tables that said, I want to be a composer.
Oh, yeah, you told us about this.
My dream is to be a composer.
Right.
Signed his name, signed the date, and it was like all the way back in like the 90s or 80s.
Right.
And I was just like, I wonder if this guy actually made it. And we Googled his name, and lo and behold, he was a fully fledged anime composer who had worked on, I think, some big profile anime films.
Damn.
And I was like,
What do you mean?
damn.
You've heard the story before on Trash Taste.
Have we?
Yes.
Have we?
I think
The guy who told the story doesn't even remember.
We're at that point
remember
of Trash Taste where we're just recycling old stories without realizing.
There's
But no, you've
super-
actually told the story on Trash Taste.
I thought I told you guys at the bar.
No, you told us on Trash Taste as well.
Okay.
There's too many damn episodes of this podcast,
But
man.
there's also been occasions where I've said that you've told it on Trash Taste, and it turned out you hadn't, and I thought you had, like you said at the bar. But I'm pretty sure this one you told on Trash Taste. I could be wrong.
Because I'm like,
But I was like, I may as well let the story play out in case no one has heard
Audience,
it.
find the episode where Garnt talks
yeah,
about the story.
because you have a 50-50 chance, because sometimes
Yeah,
when you
this
repeat
sucks why I'm
stories,
friends with you outside of this.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I can't fucking remember
Because-
which one's when you told me outside or in Trash Taste.
because I literally can't remember. Okay, I know I've told this story, but have I told this story to the boys in person privately, or have I told this to the boys on the podcast? And
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to remember.
I also learned, you know those bars that say, it's a thing in Japan, some bars say members only. It turned out it's just bullshit.
Wait, what?
It's not actually members. It's like, how do you think members bars work?
Through word of mouth, like recommendations?
Yeah, like how do you think you like get a membership?
Well, normally you get a membership from like someone who's already a member.
Yeah, but how, like they don't, like I realized that like most bars, okay, maybe some of them do, but like most of them don't actually have like some kind of like system.
Really?
It's just kind of like, yeah, because I took a friend out to Golden Guy because they wanted to go explore it, and I was like, well, I was like, all right, well, let me show you how. So, let's do it. We had a really good time, and normally what I do when I go to Golden Guy is I'll just ask the bartender where do I go drink next, and one of them was really cool, and they told us to go to this other bar, which it was in like this really weird location. You'd never be able to find it in Golden Guy because it was in some weird back alley that you had to go up a building across like it was really weird.
Okay.
It was really, really weird. And it was just like tucked away in what you'd think is someone's apartment, but it's still technically a Golden Guy.
Okay.
Went in it, and it was just like someone's manga room. And a bunch of dudes, and they were like a VTuber, and so it was fun. We had a great time. And then I asked them like, hey, where should I go drink next?
Was it the anime bar?
No, it's not an anime bar. It's
Okay.
It's like a really hidden away, like just manga bar, and the bar owner was super chill.
Okay.
And I was like, where should I go drink next? She's like, oh, go to these two bars. They're members bars, but if you just say my name, it'll be okay. I was like, okay. So I went into the first one, said her name, got in no problem. They were closing up, and then we were like, oh no, the person recommended us to come here. She's like, oh, okay, well, have a drink then.
All right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then went to this other bar. It was so cool. It was like this, the other bar they recommended was in Golden Guy, right? I've never seen this before. It wasn't, there's no signs for it at all. It was like in a yakitori restaurant in Golden Guy. You have to go all the way to the back of it, and there's stairs that go up to like an attic. And then it was this giant attic area. And it was so fucking cool. And then they were like, you can't go up there. I was like, oh no, this person told us to come here. They were like, oh, okay, go ahead. Then went in. And they were all members bars. And it's like we didn't have any.
Well,
like,
maybe that's the membership,
Well,
right?
you-
It's
membership
like-
was getting the friendship. Yeah.
yeah.
No, you name dropped. That is
Yeah.
the member.
That is
Yeah,
the
but I
member.
realized like I thought that you had to like there's like a monthly fee or you had
Wait,
to
no.
like,
Why would you think? Yeah, have you seen this bar?
because I've been to other bars.
It's not like a Netflix
Because
subscription.
I have been to other bars where you actually get a card and it's like actually like that's how you get in. But they're normally a lot bigger. But I realized the smaller bars are all just their way of saying, please don't come in unless someone has vouched that you're cool.
It's basically just vibe check, you know.
I learned that.
Yeah. Do you have someone to vouch? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at this other bar, she was like, "Oh, you should go here because all the people who go there work on anime and video games." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I went over there, and sure enough, we go up, and it's just like 4 people. You're like, "Yeah, we're from software. We're working long hours." But
Damn.
I was like, "Hey, but Elden Ring was great, right?" They're like, "Yeah." Yeah.
I haven't had time to play it. I haven't
like,
played it yet.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. But the bar was so sick. And I was like, it didn't even show up on Google. It was like nothing. It was totally hidden away in the side of a yakitori restaurant.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Such a fun night out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it's just pain. I just can't drink that much. I just can't do that.
You can't do that anymore.
Can't do that, man. I drank till 4 and I was just like in pain.
Oh.
For me, it's not even about the drinking. It's just staying up till 4. It's like the struggle now.
I feel so tired.
Yeah, even sober, I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. I'm done.
Even like 10. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I remember arriving back from Australia with Joey and we landed in Narita, which was like the first time I've landed in Narita, I think, since I've moved
Oh,
here.
God, I hate Naruto.
You know? And I just had like a fucking wave of nostalgia because I was like, the only time I've landed in Narita was when I came here as a tourist, you
Yeah.
know, bright-eyed. And I'm like, you know what this reminds me of, Joey? I land in Narita and I'm like, when am I gonna have my all-night karaoke session with you, Joey? that was like the first
And I was
thing
just like,
thought.
no. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I can't do that shit anymore, man.
Oh,
Dude, when I landed in Narita, I was at the ticket machine getting the ticket for the Express. What is it called?
Skyliner?
No, the other one.
Narita Express?
Narita Express. And when I was there was these these 4 really elderly Australian people trying to figure out the machine, and they had it in Chinese for some reason. And I was like, all right, I'll help. So I went to help them. I was like, hey, let me do this. She's like, I don't know why it's all in this funny language. And I was like, it's because you click Chinese.
And then you switch to the Japanese, like, nothing changed.
I was like, let's put it in English. Pull them. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just help them with everything. So,
Damn.
because I was like, they look so lost.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that if these are my parents,
Yeah.
I wish that someone else would help them.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So I started helping them. And then I when I was booking the tickets, I was like, well, you know, I'm sitting here. If you want, you can sit right next to me if you want. So I booked them all the seats right next to me. So I was chatting with them the whole time. Then when we got to I don't know where Tokyo Station, they were like, we're going to this exit. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to take you there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the way.
Yeah.
And then I showed them the way and they were like, would you just maybe just come with us to the exit just to make sure? And I was like, all right, fine. So I walked them all the way through Tokyo Station to the exit. And I'm like, go straight and then turn right and that's your hotel.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. They were like, thank you, son. I was like, all right. So I was babysitting them for like an hour and a half while I was trying to get home. I wasn't even getting off at Tokyo.
Yeah.
I got off at Tokyo to help them. Because I was
Damn.
like, you know what, fuck it, fine. I can figure it out. I
What
felt
a good
bad.
lad.
Good
They
Samaritan.
seemed so lost.
Yeah.
So if you have Australian parents from Brisbane that got lost and a British boy helped them, you're welcome. I don't know. I don't know if they had kids. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
They just kept telling me about how different London was from 40 years ago. I was like, okay. I wasn't born.
I was not alive back then.
I was like, this really helped me out now.
Yeah.
No,
good to know, I
they were
guess.
really nice there. But so many tourists and the trains suck. Buying trains, the Narita Express or the Skyliner is such a tedious task.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
And
is.
it doesn't, even though the machines are kind of okay, they need to get rid of that limited express bullshit.
They do.
Japan has this, and we've complained about this a few times, where Japan will, it's very unclear what type of ticket you're buying, even in English, and even as someone who's done it
a million times.
like 100 times.
Yeah.
I still look at it for a second, I'm like, I'm clicking seat reserve. That's what I'm clicking. Not limited express ticket only. Why? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why they give you that option because
So
you can't
dumb.
get on the train if you don't have the other ticket.
It's. I think the reason why the system is in place is for if you have like for example, like a JR Rail pass or some other kind of pass, you can book the seat or something.
Oh, because
Not
the ticket is already covered by the
paid
JR.
for. Yeah.
Right,
So
that makes sense.
it's. I think it's the best they can get. I just wish that they, it was like hidden away, like in the corner for people who obviously knew they needed that or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just it feels really annoying because it's like most of the time it's just very confusing. And I'm not a fan of the system. But ages ago when we did our Japan travel guide. We, for some reason I think we said like don't use the Narita Express, and I was like, why did I say that? Why did we say that? That just doesn't
we
make
say
sense.
that?
We said that because I think at the time.
Because I think we said just use the Skyliner.
Yeah, but they both go to different places.
Oh, from Narita, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like just not correct at all. Because if you're just not going that direction, because like
Yeah.
Skyliner goes like Nishi Nippori, Ueno, and then the other one goes like via Tokyo to Yokohama or wherever the fuck else.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was
We
because
made it the fuck up.
No, man, the Narita Express was just like ridiculously expensive compared to.
It is kind of expensive, yeah.
It is.
No, it
expensive.
is way more expensive than the Skyliner.
It's like the Skyline's like half the price, I'm pretty sure, of the Narita Express.
Well, it was when
I don't
I
know.
first came here.
Yeah.
But
Either way, it fucking sucks. And this is why Hanada's the Chad
Yeah,
airport.
also I think the reason why we said it is just for people, just to say to people, don't fucking use Narita.
yeah, go to Haneda.
Yeah, 5,000 yen for an adult.
Honestly, like
That's
the
starting
extra.
price, right?
That can't be the price
I mean,
I paid like 4,000 yen for mine.
for the Narita Express.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why do I remember paying like
I don't know.
$100 back when I first?
it's
came
not.
here?
It's not that expensive. I think
Yeah.
the green class for me was like 4,000 yen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my memory's just shit.
You know what's funny?
Skyline
Like
2000.
Yeah,
Narita's,
Skyliner.
Narita's fucking dead.
Oh yeah.
There's like no one at the airport.
Because everyone listened to our podcast.
Yeah, I think but also a lot of flights do go to Haneda now. But like, yeah, I was kind of shocked. I was like, I landed like in the evening, like 7, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck is everyone?
Well, it's also because now that Haneda has become an international airport, because Narita used to pop off because that was the only international airport. Haneda only used to be domestic. So now that Haneda does international and Narita doesn't do domestic, it's just like,
Yeah.
well, I guess there's not as many people wanting to go all the way out into the fucking boonies.
True.
Yeah, but
God,
Haneda
I'm
is
hoping-
superior.
Haneda is superior in every way.
I think I'm going to Narita again soon. Fuck. Some flights, like the flight to Australia to Melbourne is only from Narita.
yeah, back to Sydney, it's Haneda.
But actually, you know what? Like, it's so annoying getting to Narita that I'm actually like, I think it's just worth having a layover. I'm just like, fuck this. Fuck
I wouldn't
this.
go that far. I wouldn't go that far. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I hate.
It's the boonies, but it's not that far away.
Yeah.
Actually, getting back. You know what actually sucks as well? The Narita the Narita Express. The times are shit. It's like once every like 30 minutes or something. Oh no, maybe more than that.
It's like
something.
30, 40 minutes. Something
Yeah,
like that.
so I had just missed one. I had to wait 40 minutes around.
Yeah.
I was like, this sucks. I just got off a plane. It's like 8 p.m. now, and I got to wait another like hour to get home. This is shit.
Yeah, it is. It is
Fucking
shit.
awful airport.
Don't go to Narita if you can avoid it. This episode is sponsored by World of Warships. Do you like sick warships? Do you like anime waifus? Do you like both of them at the same time? Well, then you'll be happy to know that Azura Lane is back in World of Warships with so many new features to boot. With the addition of new commanders like Shimakaze and Hornet, each with full voice packs, and the new Azura Lane themed ships and skins, you can go around destroying your enemies with tactical precision and with some good old anime style as well. I mean, look at these stunning graphics and new skins. The game's season weather effects have been beautifully updated as well, providing a vivid backdrop for the Azura Lane ships. And with the introduction of unique ship classes featured in this collaboration, such as destroyers and aircraft carriers with the Azura Lane themes, you can really see the variety and depth of the gameplay with the inclusion of all of this new stuff. You can play on team play or solo mode if you're a little bit more of a solo gamer. Plus, World of Warships is available on consoles as well. So so everybody gets to play it. Exciting times are ahead as Azura Lane returns to World of Warships. And if you want to check the game out for yourself, you can use the invite code on screen right now to unlock special items during this collaboration, including 1 Azura Lane crate, Shimakaze AL Commander, Fuso AL Commander, Fubuki Tier 6 Japanese DD, 7-day premium account, 1.5 million credits, and 600 doubloons. Oh my god, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So again, if you want to check the game out for yourself, then make sure to click the link down in the description below, and thank you to World of Warships for sponsoring this episode. Back to the show.
But seems like a lot of other things have been happening around the world currently.
Like what, Garnt? Like what? What do you mean?
You know, Connor. You know. Even if you don't care, Connor. Even if you don't care. And to be fair, I didn't really care about it because we're talking about Kendrick versus Drake. By the way,
of the century.
We're like the lamest people on earth.
We are the lamest people on earth.
We're very late to this by the time this comes out. But.
Yeah, so we're currently recording this and it's popping off right now, but we're going to be about 2 weeks desynced, and by that time, I'm sure Kendrick has released a full album.
We have such a knack for talking about stuff, and then it develops so wildly that whatever we said is so irrelevant. We've done this so many times because we're so late to it.
So to date this episode right now, the latest development is that Drake's estate got shot up by someone.
It's not been confirmed.
Which hasn't been confirmed yet. We're still trying to figure it out.
I thought they were just rapping. What's going on?
Oh no, this is, bro. Okay. I've been following this from the very beginning. This shit is gone beyond me.
As somebody who like very much struggles to care about what's happening, why should I care, and what is the significance?
So basically, normally rap beef is kind of just like, just making fun of each other until one of them steps down or one of them, gets fucked up. But in this case, Kendrick went so
I'm aware that
diabolically
Kendrick is winning.
Oh, Kendrick went so diabolically hard. It's crazy.
Do you want to explain the beef from the beginning? Because even like, I will say this for the record. Yeah. I don't like.
Yeah, why are they beefing?
Okay, so the beef from the very beginning. Okay. Drake releases a track with J. Cole called First Person Shooter, which became like #1 all over the world. It's a great track. I like it. But in that track, Drake was like comparing, so basically putting himself, J. Cole, and Kendrick and calling them the big three. Right? It's
well, did he actually use that?
He actually used the term the big three.
Oh my god.
This is like schoolyard shit.
Yeah. So he called them the big three, right? And then about 4 months later, I would say, Future and Metro Boomin came out with an album. On one of those tracks, Kendrick was a feature on it, and he did a feature verse in response to that claim. And he said, "Fuck the big three, it's just the big me." So basically, from there, he was just like, "No, fuck that. I'm not buddy with you guys. Fuck you guys. I'm the big shit, not you guys." So obviously, that incited a war between Kendrick and J. Cole and Drake. J. Cole was the first one to respond with a really crappy diss track that he clearly rushed, which was very bad. People clowned on him for that. So much so that a couple of days later, publicly, he actually apologized for releasing that track.
I don't know who J. Cole is, by the way.
J. Cole is a very big rapper, basically.
I don't listen to rap. Right. That wasn't evident.
Wow, I couldn't have guessed.
Look at me. I don't listen to rap.
I don't listen to rap either. Okay. For the record.
So J. Cole, really big artist right now. A lot of people love him, but he releases this diss track on Kendrick, went terribly, fell flat on its face. Okay. And in a live concert, he publicly was like, "Yo, that was really lame of me. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to delete the song. That was really stupid of me." Yeah. And the internet fucking clowned on him because that's never happened in a rap beef before, right? Yeah. So people are like, "Oh, J. Cole's a fucking pussy, blah, blah, blah." Then Drake releases a track being like, "No, I'm not going to be the pussy. I'm going to stand down and be the man and actually fight Kendrick on it."
Right.
A couple of them release tracks with one another, against each other. And then Drake releases this track called Family Matters, which was pretty, big allegations being thrown around, being like, "Oh, Kendrick like abuses his wife," all this kind of like terrible stuff. Not even 30 minutes after that track gets released, Kendrick surprise releases with a response called Meet the Grahams. And that song is the most brutal fucking song I've ever heard in my life. So basically he's like, calling him a deadbeat dad, saying that his entire organization is put full of files, that he is supposedly has another secret child that he's been hiding.
Okay.
All these like insane allegations, and like he compares Drake to Weinstein in this track. It's really mean, really disgusting. Like, and a lot of people are like, okay, now this is like getting beyond beef. And then if that wasn't enough, less than 24 hours after that track, Kendrick releases another track,
I saw that,
being
yeah.
like, I'm gonna go back to back with this shit.
Yeah.
And releases basically like a club hit to kind of like make fun of Drake, but the contents of it were just absolutely brutal as well. Just being like, oh, certified lover boy, certified. Oh, that's a line that I remember quite a bit.
It's because it had a lot of allegations about.
Yeah. My favorite line from that song is trying to strike a chord, but it's probably A minor.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's a funny
Which
line.
is like, that's fire. And so that happened. And then Drake, I think just yesterday or the day before, released a response, but people are kind of speculating that the beef might be over because this new track by Drake, he's definitely playing defense. He's not bringing out any new stuff towards Drake, and he's kind of just like, no, I'm not. I don't have a secret child.
I'm not a.
Oh, no, you.
Yeah, I saw like some of his defense was like, I can't be. I'm
too famous.
Yeah.
What? Which is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
never ever been a famous.
No, never at all.
This episode's gonna get demonetized. We
Yeah.
said this her like 15 times.
PDF file.
PDF. That's a good one.
He's downloading PDF files. So that's where we're currently at right now with this whole beef. And it's just been insane because normally with rap beefs,
Right.
it never went that far.
Yeah.
Usually they just like keep it within just like the songs and everything. But Kendrick is really actually trying to.
Well,
in one of those tracks, he straight up said that Drake should die.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which is
okay.
like, whoa.
I think I remember him opening up with because for the record, I don't listen to rap. I don't usually care about rap, but this entire thing got me interested in rap. Unironically, this was
it's cool beef.
Unironically, as someone who has who has never had much interest in that kind of like that culture or like the rap industry in general.
What do you mean? Your rap's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wrote it myself, Connor, by the way. That's you can tell.
Well, as a good rapper, I would shadow write. I would get a shadow writer, ghostwriter.
You're like Drake. You got the ghostwriter.
Well, I don't compare. It sounds like I don't want to be compared to Drake. All right, let's not. Sounds like a pretty harsh comparison to make, Jerry.
My bad.
No, but this genuinely got me interested in just the entire culture and rap music in general. This was one of the best, from like a third person thing, one of the best marketing events that could happen for rap music in general, because it's got so many people, a lot of people who have like never talked about rap before, never had any interest, and it's been this beef that has been such a big event that people cannot help but focus on it,
Yeah, because I mean, like the Kendrick tracks alone, I think like the Meet the Grahams track, I think I saw got like 12 million views in the first day.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like it's become like the most streamed or played rap song of this year already. And it's the most fucking like it's not something you should be listening to.
I remember I think that was the first track I actually listened to for this beef because I was like, what the fuck are people talking about? So I listened to Meet the Grahams. And having absolutely zero context for what was going on, and then hearing Kendrick be like, "Yo," I assumed it was like Drake's son or something like that.
Adonis,
yeah. I was like, "Yo, sorry that your grandfather didn't use a condom." I was like, what? Just like,
Meet the Grahams was brutal because he was actually it was posed in this. It was a really cool and like kind of creative structure for a beef song where instead of directly addressing Drake, he poses the song as like him writing letters to each member of his family. So he starts off with Drake's son Adonis, who, by the way, was originally hidden from the public until another rapper, Pusha T, actually exposed that. So now with the second track of
this
him,
kid Adonis.
yeah. I'm like, okay, that's a name. But like, yeah, so he basically like
It's like calling your
opens.
kid Zeus.
Yeah,
It's like,
but like he
What the
basically
fuck?
opens up, like, you know, saying like, speaking to like Adonis and being like, oh, you know, your father is a terrible father figure. You know, let me be a father figure for you since your daddy wasn't around, and like telling all this horrible stuff to his son. And then he goes after like Drake's parents. And then you know, just being like, talking to his dad, being like, your son is a fucking manipulator, and like, I'm blaming you for his gambling addictions. And I'm just like, bro, this is devious. This is just,
this is beyond devious.
this is
man.
beyond. This is devilish.
This is
It's absolutely
that makes it sound like
devilish.
fun. It's devious.
It's not. It's
you
not
make
even
him sound like a fucking Disney villain.
No, it's just
devious.
evil. It's just really, really mean stuff.
It's a little bit mean.
It's mega mean.
But
But it doesn't matter because the internet's decided that he's won.
So yeah, from what I'm seeing right now, I'd say maybe about 80-90% of the people who are actually interested in this beef are saying like, yeah, I think Kendrick won.
Yeah,
which I agree with.
I think it's interesting from like the reason I got invested into this whole beef was just it was like the music and also just the way that they almost played the PR game. Like I do think, for my worthless opinion on rap, Kendrick's songs, you know, Kendrick's songs sounded better to me. That doesn't mean anything. Music,
I much prefer Kendrick over Drake.
Music maybe beeps and boops, you know, and to me, rap is like ahs and ums, you know. I was like, this most of the time this means nothing to me, but for once, this is the first time I actually sat down and I was like,
You listened to the lyrics?
all right, Garnt, focus in for a second, lock in, Garnt, lock in.
I saw like videos from like teachers that were like, yeah, it's what kids are talking about.
Yeah, there's like videos from like
Kids are
university
fighting.
scholars.
Kids are like fighting based on like who their allegiance lies with.
Yeah.
And if you're like a Drake kid, you're being bullied right now, which also Drake kid sounds terrible.
A Drake fan, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, Drake fans, the you know, there's a lot of memes going around, and the memes have been great of like, you know, just Drake fans just huffing just copious amounts of copium.
Yeah.
And all the people just being like, you know, J. Cole is like sitting in a field of flowers right now.
And the third reason I've been invested is just because the memes are fucking fire, man.
Oh, there's so many good memes coming out of
Memes are
this.
so good.
I mean, whenever there's a good cultural event,
Yeah.
it's dude, memes are ensure. I like the submarine. The memes are good on that, even though that was terrible. But the memes, there were a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone's like all talking about something.
I mean, this is terrible as well if you think about it. If any of like the allegations from either side, if any of them come out to actually be true, like that is pretty like career ending for either one.
I mean, it's more than career ending. This is
mean, in
one of
some
the allegations is just a crime. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised how in the entertainment industry how much people get away with.
Well,
Still have careers.
Yeah, that's
as we know very well. This is
Especially the
unfortunately, that's how
music
it goes.
industry.
Yeah, music industry. My God.
Yeah. But it's been such a delight just to see fucking this after all of the years of like fucking fake YouTuber beefs and ukulele apology videos, and you just realize
Finally some good food.
and you finally realize, oh, this is what real beef looks like. This is what happens when two people actually just hate each other.
I'm just happy that Kendrick is actually finally releasing new music. Honestly, as a fan, because he hasn't released stuff since like 2020, I think.
You know,
21.
normally there's no YouTubers. They kind of almost benefit from drama, but you'd think with when you have an established music career, there's kind of no real benefit.
Well, I disagree. I think there's benefit to beef because
not beef like this.
Yeah, it depends. It
Well,
depends.
not for Drake.
Yeah, it depends if you come out as the winner or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, like if you even Kendrick, you'll now have these people who think that you are all these horrible things.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Drake
Yeah.
is accused, right? And I think that normally the reason why we don't see this kind of beef or drama, really only really see it in rap, is because people are like, oh, I like money, I like having a career. I'm just not gonna. I'd rather just keep working.
But it's just interesting because I just think the way Kendrick played this, whether it was intentional or not, music aside, was just fucking perfect.
This dude was playing 5D chess.
I mean,
Yeah, he
I
was.
think I heard some of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
Sounded cool.
No, it was
I
great.
have no idea. I genuinely wish I could get into it, but I'm like, oh, okay.
No, because like the way he like escalated the narrative to be like, he always put the ball in Drake's court and didn't allow him time to respond. So I remember he released the track Euphoria, which I think was the first time he like...
That was his first response.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard people talking about it. I was like, I don't know, this is some rap shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the second time I heard about it was Meet the Grahams. I didn't even know that Drake had released a track prior to that.
Because he released it 30 minutes after it came out, so it completely smothered his response.
Yeah, so he clearly just prepared a song, knowing that, I don't know if he prepared one song or multiple songs, knowing that Drake was going to make a response about family and shit like that, and he was like, all right, fucking play the L music. Play the fucking L music.
I mean, there's something satisfying about watching someone just be destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, outplayed. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. You're like, damn. He knew.
And then just seeing the way that played out and seeing him control the narrative, and then after that, just fucking kicking a man while he's down with the second track before Drake could even respond.
Yeah.
And then afterward, Drake trying his best to pull a fucking Joseph Joestar and be like, haha, I expected you to call me a pedo. And everyone was like, Drake, I don't think that's the argument you think it is.
No, that's not the play you wanted to be.
Drake,
no, the biggest L that Drake took, in my opinion, was like after like the whole accusation of like him hiding a secret child came out about it. He posted an Instagram story which was like, Lamau, if you can find me the secret daughter, then I'd love to know where it is. But because there isn't one. And then people are like, but you're not going to say anything about the sexual allegations, the PDF file allegations? Nothing about that? All right, man. That's a little yikes.
Yeah.
Why would him even having a kid matter? He makes music.
Well, I think
Like,
it's
why
just
the fuck does
because.
it care? Like,
Well, I think it's just because people are
Street
like,
cred,
he's a
reputation.
deadbeat dad, you know.
Yeah.
Like this man is 37, going around like he's still like in his like early 20s, like having.
You think the concern is that he doesn't want to be like seen like he's just not there for the kid at all, or?
Well, he wasn't for his first kid until
Right.
Pusha T literally forced him to make Adonis go public.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you have a kid, you should be fucking out for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I mean, I feel like he has no excuse.
And that's why the Kendrick track just bit even harder, because in the part where he's talking to Adonis, he's just like, you know, be proud of who you are. Like, you know, be proud to be black. Be proud to be the person that you are, because, you know, your dad didn't do that for you. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I watched a video of like Andre 3000 just in a laundromat, just
Oh, yeah, I love
playing
that interview.
the flute.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
Gonna hang out with my boy.
He released this like really weird,
flute,
like 45-minute ambient flute album. And I'm just like, all right, Andre, I respect
Yeah,
you.
he's literally like, this is like the two sides of rap.
Yeah,
you can have beef or you can just chill. Like, it seems like he's just living his best life.
Well, that's what J. Cole decided. I think that's why J. Cole decided to apologize, right? Because he was probably like, this is going to get ugly. I'm dipping out.
J. Cole watched Vinland Saga 2 and he's like, actually, I have no enemies.
I have no enemies.
I have no
See ya.
They're
enemies.
just kind of like anti-rap to be like, actually, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Bit of
Well, that's
a-
why people were clowning on him at first, right? But now everyone is like, we have to apologize to J. Cole for clowning on him, because that was the biggest brain move ever. That man saved his career so hard by not getting involved in this.
Yeah, he saw the future and he was like, I'm going to take the right path.
Yeah.
I'm going to save my own career.
Yeah, so that's where we're currently at right now. People are saying that it might be over because of Drake's response. But
Well, there's nothing Drake can do. The only thing that I see happening is Kendrick just continues. Just
Just release the
piling
whole
him.
album.
at this point,
can.
he could.
And people would eat it up.
He's already released 4 tracks.
That's a lot of
So
tracks.
it's enough for an EP already.
Wait, so like, why does it take them so long to normal? Is there just no inspiration to make me finally?
Bro, being a creative,
finally
man.
some inspiration.
Yeah.
To be fair, there is no greater power than being a hater.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you see that tweet of like? So there's some guy like critiqued some animation, and then someone quote retweeted being like, the worst thing that ever happened to the animation industry is all these motherfuckers like talking about production of animation and critiquing it. And then the guy the guy replies being like, I actually learned animation to become a hater.
Oh, I
You
saw
see this
that
one?
tweet. Fucking
And then
top 10 coldest tweets.
he gave like examples of his animation. He's like, I literally learned to animate to critique. And it literally had like the fucking, what's the flash, you know that video?
Yeah.
The reverse flash.
Yeah.
Had such strong hater energy. And you got to respect it whenever someone is a hater. It just learns a field to hate.
Top 10 coldest tweets of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when that fucking, did you see the AI artist with the One Piece animator?
Yeah.
That was
No.
funny too.
No.
Some guy was making AI art or something, and then some guy replied, was like,
Yeah.
this was like shit. And he's like, oh, well, he was like something like, oh, you couldn't draw this. And then he literally like replied with him a screenshot of the credits of One Piece, being
It's
like,
like, I'm literally one of the animators.
I can draw this. And I have.
That was one of the biggest ratios I've
It
ever
was
seen
so
in my life.
cold.
Yeah.
Actual so cold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, here we go.
See, this is like the good ratio where
Yeah, so like, this guy goes, oh yeah. He goes, I just watched an episode of One Piece and wanted to represent what's going on here with AI generated image for the enjoyment of my fans. So
what fucking fans?
Yeah, and then the guy replies, learn how to color properly or learn how to draw to begin with. Not even in your dreams would you be able to make an illustration like this. I can do better. I can animate it because I've been animating for One Piece, you idiot.
That's a round of applause for that one.
It's perfect. The
Biggest
layup.
slam
just
dunk.
have
It's
to
like he like
fucking
threw it
salute.
up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just comes in with the assist.
So good. No, it's like you could. There's so many ways you could retort
Yeah.
to a guy critiquing you, and the why you went for the you couldn't do better is so good. Oh god, I love that.
man.
I you know, anytime anyone gets a dunk like that or a
Yeah.
hater that goes hard, I'm like, all right,
All right.
it's powerful. It's a powerful energy. To be
One
honest.
out of 1,000 tweets actually having the right dunk instead of just being like engagement bait tweets.
True.
Because like have you seen I don't know if it's like a trend or like the recent thing where it's just random tech bros being like Marcus Brownlee shouldn't be critiquing.
Oh, I've seen that.
Actually,
be
you know,
critiquing,
I've realized what's going on, and I've noticed this more and more.
Yeah.
People have been setting up like quote retweet dunk tweets way more because if your tweet gets viewed, you get money.
Yeah.
So I've seen people that are like setting up clear the most obvious bait and just waiting to get quote retweeted because they know that the quote retweet will do
Pop
well.
off.
Yeah. So Twitter's actually unusable now. It's
That's why
literally
there's so many of those like look between L and H on your
Well, okay,
keyboard,
that's-
like which
that's-
is the worst fucking trend ever. Please
Well,
stop doing that.
That lasted a day, so
Yeah.
I'm glad.
No, I
that's-
still see
I
it to
saw
this day.
I saw like a tweet that was like, hey, it was like, can we all agree that the chocolate at the bottom of the cornetto is crap? And it was the most obvious bait I'd ever seen in my life. And then the quote retweet was like, not even a psychopath would say this.
Yeah.
And it had like 100,000 likes.
Yeah.
And like that shit adds up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, obviously it's not like you can live off it money, but
Yeah.
you know, if you're
good
like a
pocket change.
15-year-old
Yeah.
kid who wanted to farm change,
Yeah,
it's not a bad way to get a couple of $100 bucks.
yeah.
it's not bad.
But that's why like most of like Twitter dunks or quote retweets or whatever is it's like actually just unusable.
This episode is sponsored by Holzkern.
Boys, sometimes you just need a bit more drip in your life. And I'm not talking about that mass-produced garbage. I'm talking natural, sleek, and that's where Holzkern comes in.
Ooh, is that what you're wearing right now?
Yeah, these are wooden sunglasses, boys.
Unlike you boys, I am missing my watch. And look at this Holzkern watch right here. This would be a nice addition to my non-existent collection of watches right now because I need to start wearing watches.
But boys, there isn't just stuff for men out there. Ladies, you can get excited as well with this all-natural wooden purse. Look at this thing.
Look
That
at
is
that.
badass.
It's
Nice.
actually pretty badass. I love this design.
And they have over 1,000 different products, and all of their products are one of a kind thanks to natural material that they use. And all of the wood that they use is FSC certified.
Connor,
Oh no.
Connor,
I don't
can you
wanna
help me
do
with my
that.
necklace, Connor? I just can't put this on, Connor.
You're choked by nature, bitch.
Boys, how do I look?
Damn, Garnt, you look natural and dapper thanks to Holzkern.
Very breedable.
But not only that, Holzkern offers a 24-month warranty on all of their watches, bandlets, and jewelry. So if you want to get dripped out in the natural way, then make sure to check out Holzkern by clicking the link on screen and in the description below, and use our coupon code at checkout on screen and in the description below to get yourself a little bit of a discount as well.
Thank you very much, Holzkern, for sponsoring us today. Back to the episode. I think there's a second thing with like the whole Marcus Brownlee situation where
I feel like that's a lot of people though are setting up because they know they're gonna get dunked on.
but like it's kind of the same as like the whole crypto thing, which is why like
I mean, crypto bros are mentally.
Which everyone who I've seen
not good.
criticize, or every tweet I've seen criticizing Marcus Brownlee, which if you don't know the backstory, Marcus made a review on this new piece of tech that had just got released that had, I guess, a fuck ton of venture capital
There was
funds.
two. There was like the rabbit, and then there was the pin.
Yeah.
The what is it called? The
Pin camera or something.
Yeah. Both like AI powered.
Garbage.
Both AI powered assistants or something along those lines. And he basically called it shit. Barely. I think the first
barely reviewable.
barely reviewable, and I think the other one was the worst product I've ever reviewed.
You have to be doing something colossally wrong for
Yeah.
Marcus to say that it's
Exactly.
unreviewed. Because I mean, the guy's
Yeah.
very generous, I'd say.
Yeah, and there was a tweet that went viral saying that his reviews were unethical.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, his reviews are unethical, and then you go on his profile, and it's like, oh, I feel like you always get the sense that anyone criticizing and calling and trying to call this unethical or some like mask this with some other broader issue, you're just like, what do you got money in? What do you invest
And
in?
they always have a
What do you-
fucking blue check mark.
Yeah,
Always got the blue.
right. It's always like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm an investor, or CEO of this really small fucking.
Insert buzzword.
Yeah.
here.
These crypto bros are like, I don't know why they all agreed to collectively promote the worst shit imaginable.
Yeah.
And they all somehow congregate and are annoying.
It's gone from crypto to AI now.
They're all in the same circle.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's got to be AI powered. Everything's got to
Yeah.
be like fucking, what is it? What do they call the new web? What do they call it?
Web3.
Web M3.
Web fucking shut up! Shut up! No one cares. This shit sucks. I'm sure it'll be usable down the line, but like I think like right now it's like just shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit right now, it's basically just like astrology just for like bros.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's basically what is happening right now.
It's like just like lonely dudes who just get welcomed into a community of people who are like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
friends.
and you
just
think-
got to promote this thing, and it's like a cult.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we all just agree to promote each other and do it, and it's great.
Yeah.
And Dogecoin guys, right? It's great. I saw another tweet of this that was like somebody who took Marcus's very first video.
Oh,
see this one?
yes, I did see this one.
Yeah.
And they tweeted out being like, would you pay for this if this was the first iteration? Sometimes it just takes a couple of tries to get it perfect. Someone was like, well, you see there, it's a free YouTube video
Yeah.
of a creator who
You don't pay for
you
it.
don't pay for, and that was like 15 years ago and wasn't funded by venture capital and wasn't asking people for money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're dumb. But even then, that felt like, that take felt so brain dead that the only logical explanation of why you would make that tweet is if you wanted to farm
farm
retweets.
engagements.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way. Like, there's no way. But I feel like this, like the internet now has become unusable because you're like, I don't even know what, like, finding anything genuine is impossible. It's
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, I think especially engagement bait on Twitter is obviously rampant.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not even immune to it. I swear to God, every time we discuss anime in some way, shape, or form, there's always one clip that just blows up on Twitter or something. Or something along those lines.
Yeah, dude.
Every
Oh
time.
my lord, yeah.
Because we're just so full of hot takes, aren't we?
and so
But they always cut it in like the most, what's the word? Like they interpret it in the. It's very cut, very specific way a lot of the time to farm engagement as well.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
they'll leave out all of the context or anything else important.
well, I also think some of these takes are like the most lukewarm takes compared to some of the anime takes.
Yeah, I got flack for saying yours was boring.
Yeah, I was like, is that a hot take? I mean,
yeah.
man doesn't like Spy Family. I'm like, okay, like I like Spy Family,
Yeah.
but I feel like it, to me it's like comfort. To me,
What the fuck is that? Oh, wait, that's from 2 years ago. Don't worry. Yeah.
Shit, well, I hope they change their mind.
like, okay, like the Attack on Titan episode, I understand that.
No, that's funny. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I understand that is a hot take.
I actually like, I don't mind Twitter. People like. Here's the thing. I like that people post trash taste clips to Twitter and discuss it. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be talked about than not talked about at all.
Sure.
That is our job.
Yeah.
If no one cares about the dog shit anime takes we say, then I think we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
I can't wait for someone to call us unethical.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, dude. They're using their platform irresponsibly.
Joey reviewing Sword Art Online. Yeah. He's going to get sued. This is unethical.
Would you pay for this?
How dare you ruin a small animation studio? Oh my god. The thing that's most frustrating about that one was that like even the author was like, I don't know what the fuck to do with
Yeah.
your, until literally season 2 he's like, I guess I'll write something. That's the thing I hate when people are like, yeah, but she got character development like season 2 or 3, and it's like, okay, yes, so he realized like 4 years into writing the show, maybe he should write the other character. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I think the issue is though, it's like with a clip like that. So the context is Connor has not seen season 2. So
I
his
haven't,
his comments were purely based on season 1.
Watched an entire season of a show.
Yeah.
So it's never enough.
From someone in my perspective who's seen like both seasons, even though Yor has like, an entire arc popping off as an assassin, I could understand Connor's take.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, well, Garnt's not vehemently like disagreeing with Connor,
that's weird.
So he must agree with him. And I'm like, no, sometimes what is lost on the internet is just giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, God
a lot
forbid
of the
there's no
times.
such thing called mutual understanding.
Yeah,
it's
and
agreeing
also,
to disagree.
Yeah.
The core premise of trash taste is that we all have different opinions, and that maybe you say something, and sometimes maybe I disagree with it, but also sometimes I feel that I don't have to always tell you that I disagree or that I'm against what you said. And even if you had called, if you were like, yours the best character ever, and I said yours was not, it's like, all right, whatever.
It's like, all right, that's just your
we
opinion.
don't have to then leave the show agreeing on either or and be like, guys, this is the council's opinion. The point of the show is to be able to have a differing opinion and we can still be friends and be in the same room. Yeah. But the internet has turned it into a thing of like, you all must agree or be in the same camp as me or not.
Yeah.
You're either with me or not.
Or otherwise you are the worst person.
I think
it's not very helpful.
No.
I think the things, so like, I try not to, doom scroll or whatever, but I'm used to being clowned on for my opinions. I don't give a shit about
we all
that.
get clowned on.
If you want to
we
say I
all
have a shitty opinion, I'm just like, whatever.
Join the club.
Yeah. What bothers me sometimes is when they try to turn it into like something more.
Oh, yeah, personal attack,
Yeah. So like, for the Your Take, for example, I remember seeing like this quote retweet or something being like, oh, they're just shitting on it because it's suddenly popular to shit on Spy Family.
Oh,
so they suddenly just change their opinion. And
What
I'm
is
like,
even popular to shit on Spy
and I'm
Family?
like, number one, is it suddenly popular to shit on Spy Family? What?
No.
Number two,
Also, that whole thing of like, oh, you must hate it because it's popular is the most baby fucking take I've ever heard in my life. Like, no, maybe just consider the fact that popular or not, I just don't really like it, and that's the end of it.
Look, Joey, I do think there is some hater energy that you could like bring into you. If you're gonna shit on Arcane, you should watch it. You should follow the footsteps of that animator.
That's why,
man.
like, when I watched all of Spy Family, even though I was bored halfway through, because I wanted to accurately hate it.
Have you guys ever watched the show just to hate on it?
Yeah, what do you mean? Half the shit on this podcast I've watched just to hate on it. Why do you think I watched 8 episodes of 86? I already knew I wasn't going to like it 2 episodes in, but I knew people would get pissed off. People will get pissed off anyway, but I actually don't mind. Like, I know that, like, I guess I don't care when people clown on my takes or disagree.
Yeah.
As long as it just doesn't get like personal.
Yeah, exactly.
People get like really worked up and they're like, "You're a terrible human being." It's like I didn't like.
Just because I didn't like your show.
Like, bro, can we chill out a little bit here? Like,
I'm trying to remember the last time I actually watched something just to prove people wrong. Because
I literally played Final Fantasy just to like
out of
talk-
spite.
Yeah, just to so I can
But
accurately.
you ended up doing it.
No, I mean I knew I liked it, but I only played it because of like spite night, and I wanted to accurately give opinions
Sure,
on why
sure.
it's good
Yeah,
or bad.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be like games that I despise. Like I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, and I'm sure I'll not like that.
I
It
don't
just
think
does.
like
No, I don't think.
It just does not seem like a
Bro,
game
and
you
let
enjoy.
me tell you this. It is a nightmare to set up that game. I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah,
ever-
yeah.
haven't touched it.
The Mog thing.
Oh, Mog Station. Bro.
Mog Station.
Don't
that
even
is
get me
it.
started.
God, try. I sometimes
I
like,
knew it was going to be bad when it was a Japanese company, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how bad.
Yeah.
The website is the Mog Station is stuck in like the
Yeah,
early
dude.
2000s.
I installed the game and it opened up like a Windows Vista window to
Yeah.
install it. I was like, what is this?
And the fact you need a two-factor authentication, which like I remember
do?
setting up. I remember setting up that two-factor, and it has to be set up through like the Mog Station, whatever thing. And I could not like trying to relog into my account. I could not fucking find how to get this two-factor authentication because
I made 3 Square Enix accounts.
yeah.
Because the first one, okay, another thing, right? So, okay, I'll give you the full timeline. So this is I spent 3 hours last night trying to get my Mog Station working.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
In like 2000, I'm literally playing it tomorrow, so we'll see how this goes. But
Yeah.
I'm excited still. But this was funny because I was like, this is almost comical at how bad this is to install as a game. Like So first of all, it's on Steam, and I asked people, I was like, should I do the Steam? Like, no.
No.
Don't do the Steam one.
No.
And then, yeah, everyone said that. I was like, okay, I won't do the Steam one. That makes sense because, Japanese, like UI and stuff like that. It's not like Fortnite level where it's like you can fucking log on a toaster somewhere and it'll perfectly sync up to your thing at home on a different account, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
I know it's not that level. So I went to the Square Enix account, and this is where it started getting tough because my first issue, and this is a very me-specific issue, is obviously I want to play in English.
Yeah.
But I live in Japan.
Yeah.
So there's already like Square Enix website was desperately trying to make me go on the Japan one.
Yeah.
And I was trying to not do that because I wasn't sure how it would work if I would be locked into Japanese.
Did you have the problem of making multiple accounts for different regions?
So I went to make the first account and I made it in America
Yes. Yeah, okay.
because I didn't realize what was going to happen.
Yes, nor did I. This is like you're
because
repeating what
I
I've
thought no
gone
big
through as
deal.
well.
I'll just say I'm in America because I intend to play on the American service.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I went through it, and then they asked for my address. And I was
was
like,
a big deal.
I was like, oh yeah. I was like, he will find out. It was a big deal.
It was
It
a
wasn't
big
a
deal.
big deal.
So
until it
the
wasn't.
first account randomly just got locked. I don't know what it
Okay.
was. It just randomly locked it. And I was like, well, luckily for me, I have like 19 emails, so it's fine. I can play this game all day.
Yep.
But by my pseudo-VA username that I had, very nice, that was gone now because now it's locked behind something. So I made another account and then made it on the America one, got through it. And then I got to the payment details and I kept getting this error when I kept trying to buy it.
Yep.
Even though I know it's a free trial, I try to get the starter pack. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to pay for something.
Yeah.
I
You're
don't know.
gonna have to pay for it eventually.
Yeah.
anyway.
So I was like, I'll just pay for it. So I tried to set up this account, and every time I went to go pay, it kept giving me this error. And I was like, what the fuck is this error? And I Googled the error, and it was like, oh, because I wasn't in America trying to make a payment for an American thing.
yeah,
It was like,
you
no.
need to be in the same region to make the payment.
So I was like, okay, all right, start from scratch. Made a new account. So I signed up in Japanese, and I had to use all the Google Translate to go through it. And I got through it all, and then it was fine until I got to. It wanted me to fill in my information. Now, anyone who's lived in Japan, you'll know this horrible moment that you get to. I don't have a kanji name, and you know.
What do you mean? You have Tanaka.
Well, okay. Oh my God. So in Japan, Japanese websites, they will ask for 2 names: your like kanji name and then your like furigana, like how to spell it in like hiragana or katakana. And it would not accept my name in katakana.
Is it because you
Thought it might be the half width, full width. This is another bullshit thing that Japanese websites have, where they have a full width character and a half width. Basically, big characters or small characters. And sometimes some websites only require you to use a specific one that you have no way of doing unless you like find the thing on your keyboard or go to a website and convert it. It's bullshit. I tried every single combination. I tried my name in English. I tried my name in hiragana, full width, half width, didn't work. Tried my name in katakana, full width, half width, didn't work. I was like, what the fuck? But for some reason, Connor, my actual, like just Connor was fine, but my second name, Kofurun, it was like, that's not a name. So I put Connor, and it was like, oh, great. I was like, what the fuck? They're just saying my name is not a name. This is bullshit.
Bro went for the Mario name, man.
I was like, this is fucked. So I was like, fine. So I finally got my account set up after I put my name, and now my name's Connor.
Yeah.
So then I go pay, and I go to put my payment details in, and it keeps giving me errors. And I'm pretty sure it's because my name is Connor, and on my card, it's not Connor. But I can't put my name on the card because the website wouldn't take it. Final Fantasy, what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, in the furigana section,
Yeah.
right?
It wouldn't take anything.
Nothing.
None of either of the things would take anything of my second name.
I've had this issue with multiple websites before.
So I was like, all right, my name's Connor in katakana on both of them. I'm like, fine, here we go. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to pay. And so it wouldn't let me fucking pay. And I tried every card I have. I have like 3 Japanese cards. None of them worked. I tried my Amex, didn't work. I tried my British cards, didn't work.
Yeah,
Just
because
wouldn't let me pay.
They were like, none of these cards say Connor.
Let me fill in my billing address. There was no billing address, so I couldn't change it and it fixed it all. I was like, this is fucked. So I was like, all right, fine. On the Final Fantasy 14 website, there's a drop-down menu of 3 places where you can buy. I should have just given up at this point. Just been like, fuck this game, guys. I played 3 hours of this game last night. There are 3 places where you can buy Final Fantasy subscriptions. Even though I know you get a free trial, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And it's just comical. You can buy it from MogStation. You can buy it from the Square Enix store, which is different from MogStation.
Yeah.
So Square Enix is 2 stores,
Yeah.
and you can buy it from Amazon. I was like, all right, here we go. All right, finally, Amazon, a store I know will deliver.
Trustworthy.
Nah.
Because when I was putting in my payment information, I could click card and buy it, or click a code. I was like, you know what? I'll just get a code. This just seems easy. I'll get a code. So I go to Amazon to buy it, and I go to Amazon.jp with their link from their website, and then it goes, nah, sorry, this only ships from America. A digital code. And I shit you not. I think if you go there right now, have a look. If you go to type in Final Fantasy,
where are they storing
14?
these codes?
It's a literal digital code.
Yeah.
What?
So 14. So go to the actual website, the Japanese one, for the free trial. That one. Yeah. And then go to
This expansion, maybe?
Yeah, just go to the standard one. Yeah, click that. This shit is fucked, man. Yeah.
Windows.
Amazon. Open. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this. All right. Okay. All good. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Put it in your cart. Looks great. Looks good. Go to buy it. if this works, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Buy it now? Do you want it?
No, I
want
have
it, Connor?
Dude, I'm going there right now. I went there yesterday, right? And it was like, we can't ship this because it's from America. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Dude, this is the error I kept getting. Why do I get this?
この商品を購入することができません。このリージョンは現在サポートされていません。Yeah, it's not supported in your region.
And then it said fulfilled by Amazon.com. And I was like, okay,
発売
fine.
元 Amazon.com Sales Incorporated, which
What
is the
the
American
heck?
one. Nope, it works here.
Wait, maybe if you did, I don't know.
Digital items will be available in your orders
the
after.
heck?
Yeah, it works.
Dude, on my Amazon page, it's like, nah, sorry, we can't fulfill it. It's from America. I was...
Yeah.
So this is the download version.
I was clicking the download version. It literally, the exact same thing. I just clicked that.
And it works perfectly fine.
What the fuck? So then I was like, okay, I can't get it from there. I can't get it from MogStation. And then I go to the Final Fantasy, the Square Enix store, which is different from the MogStation store. And finally, I get the code and I buy it. I don't know why Square Enix is cool with it and MogStation isn't the same company.
Yeah.
But I finally get the code and I install it. And then it just doesn't recognize that I have that version. It keeps saying start your free trial now. So I had to reinstall the entire game, and then it finally recognized I had it after 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
This video is sponsored by Shopify. If you know me, then you know that I run my own clothing brand, nonsense.jp. When I decided to start that clothing brand, I obviously needed a place to sell my clothes, because otherwise, what's the point? But I didn't know the first thing about e-commerce, but thankfully there was a website there to help me out along the way and that I still use to this day. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the, oh my god, did we just hit 1 million order stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soaps, offering outdoor outfits, or amazing and dope streetwear clothes like myself, Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way, because businesses that grow with Shopify. So sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/trash, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/trash now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/trash. Links in the description. Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. Back to the show.
What the heck? I'm so pissed off yours works. What the heck? So I spent like,
To be fair, I had the same amount of like headaches just to play this game. It took me an evening just to figure out how to play.
it's like they don't want you to play the game. It's
I know.
actually insane.
The fact that it's this successful and this is like the barrier of entry just to fucking play the game.
And like people were tweeting at me saying that apparently like one of the like creators of Final Fantasy like had a hard time making his account.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't get it.
Sakaguchi's like struggle.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I'm very good, like technically, at figuring out if someone doesn't want to let me pay it for whatever region. Cause I've living in Japan, speaking English, and moving across countries all the time.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
This
I get
is-
very good at like knowing how to work websites into making it work for whatever thing. But this
Yeah.
one was like,
this is the final boss, because it was
Dude.
it was that on top of the layers of, hey, you have this products that you can buy from these different stores in different
Unhinged.
regions, and also there's different expansion packs that you can buy for your account that
yeah.
counts differently towards your in-game
I
progress.
tweeted out being like, fuck this launcher. And then a bunch of people were like, a bunch of people tweeted me being like, yeah, I accidentally bought 3 copies because I assigned them to wrong accounts or something.
I think I did buy 3 copies, or at least 2 copies, because I remember buying it on Steam first.
Insane, bro.
I remember buying it on Steam first, which was
Can you hold on to one for me?
yeah, no, because
So I don't have to go through
it's
this.
locked to my European account because Steam, my Steam was made in England,
Yeah, and then
so
I
it was
heard that
locked
like
to the
if
EU
you
account.
pick a server, you can't change.
Yeah, you can't change.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. So
What year are we in? What year are we in?
so
Dude.
I believe if you lock it to a server, you have to make an entirely new account.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
To and go through this bullshit
the
again.
fuck?
I honestly, I'd rather.
And then on top of that, Connor, game doesn't even get good until like 100
Yeah, I know.
hours.
Everyone's telling me. Well, in like a month time, I'll come back and give my thoughts.
Also, apparently you can't afford to like skip any cutscenes, because the main reason people play this is for the story.
I know. I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
this
To be fair, ARR beginning is breeze.
No, I don't. See,
Silence,
you've been
fam.
saying this for years to me, Nabi, and I'm not doing it.
This looks good.
I'm not doing it.
See, I'm Nabi. I am the type of person that if I know there is a payoff, I will grind through as many fucking hours as I need to. I mean, that's why I'm playing through the Trail series, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I have played through about 20 hours of Final Fantasy Online, I believe. I'm like, this is hard, man. This is hard. When does it? Oh.
You know what I played yesterday too? Hades 2. Hades 2 came
Oh
out.
yeah.
So fun.
Is it good? I really
So
want to get
good,
it.
man.
Yeah.
You gotta play it on Steam Deck. So good.
Is it good on Steam Deck?
Oh, bro, it's like made for Steam Deck.
Okay.
Bro, well, it's actually made for Steam Deck, but I was in like, it's very good to play on Steam. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, I really want to play it.
10
Damn,
out of
10
10.
out of 10 on Steam.
10 out of 10.
Everything about
I mean,
the
the
game
first
is
game
just,
was so goddamn
it's just
good.
like sex.
Yeah.
It's just sex.
Oh,
like
look
the
at that.
controls are sex. The gameplay sex.
Is the
The
storyline
art
sex?
is sex. The voice acting, definitely sex. Everything's so good, man. Everything's so
Yeah.
good. They knocked it out of the park. I can't wait to see it finished. But I mean, it's the one thing I wasn't too pumped about is that it's early access. But I guess I just want to get it out.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
Which might be a stupid question.
You may
'cause,
ask.
you know, sometimes when you use a term and you don't really know what the meaning of it, but you use it anyway. What does roguelike mean?
You don't know what a roguelike is?
I think I know what a roguelike
Okay,
is.
you tell me what you think it is, and I'll tell you if you're right.
It's okay. Firstly, I don't know what a rogue is, so I don't know what I've always. Okay, one thing that's always confused me is I think I know what a roguelike is from playing enough games where you kind of like repeat a level with different starting conditions and you progress through further as you go along.
Right.
So how does that make it a roguelike? What is a rogue first, and why does roguelikes make it like a rogue? What does this mean?
I've never heard of the game being described as rogue.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Only roguelike, but there's also roguelite as well.
Okay.
So I think Hades actually falls, if I'm not mistaken, and I hope I'm not. So basically, a true roguelike is you don't gain any abilities like after each run to make your runs easier. It's purely just a self-contained run, and every single time you start from zero.
Yep.
Whereas a roguelite is one where you, by grinding and doing multiple runs, you unlock stuff like a 5% stat bonus increase to make your runs easier.
Or like an upgraded weapon or something.
Each subsequent time.
So Hades would be a roguelite.
If I'm not mistaken, maybe we can Google this.
Can we Google what is a rogue?
Rogue?
Rogue. The only time I've heard the word rogue is in like JRPGs where it's like a class.
Yeah, that's
Type in roguelike versus roguelite.
I've never heard of roguelite.
Yeah, roguelite, if I'm not mistaken, is what most people accidentally refer to as actual roguelike.
Right.
what I'm gonna Google
Okay.
what
But these are like the most popular games
Isn't
to make.
a rogue someone who is like
On their
what
own.
is
yeah, someone who is like actually
Rogue.
paid to do a job or something, or like
What?
goes out. Isn't that what a rogue is?
what is a rogue?
Rogue is someone who like works on their own, lives by their
The
own.
genre of rogue games derives its name from a classic dungeon crawler called Rogue
Oh,
that helped popularize some interesting and unusual ideas.
bro,
That's
I've
from the
never heard of
80s.
this game before.
Me neither.
Oh, it's very. I was it a Microsoft game?
Oh yeah, look at it's from the 80s. Yeah, it looks like
Also,
a
rogue
piece.
isn't even a genre; it's just a game.
It's from the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so defined roguelikes have 8 specific design tenets: random map generation, permadeath, turn-based combat, grid-based movement, complexity to allow multiple solutions, non-modal, so that all actions can be performed at any time, resource management, and hack and slash combat.
Well, that's just like some of them, I guess.
I mean, that's some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Hades is a roguelite.
Okay.
Because it gets easier the more you
yeah.
go through it.
You go through it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just regression. All right, I got it. Okay.
The only roguelike then, that
Because
means...
you don't lose absolutely everything on death.
Yeah.
But the roguelite is normally preferred because you get to have progression in the game that
Yeah.
normally doesn't allow you to have progression.
Yeah.
So that means I've played mostly roguelites and
Yeah,
not
roguelites are
actual
generally more
roguelite.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get bored of doing the same thing over and over again.
I'd say the only roguelike I've actually played is probably Furai no Shiren, which is like a really long-standing Japanese actual roguelike where it's like if you die, you go back to like level 1, you lose everything, all that. It's fucking difficult but really fun. But
I think that like if you unlock stuff, but it's not like permanently boosts you, I think that's roguelike still because you're
Right.
getting it within the run. I don't really
I
know
see, I
exactly,
see.
but I know that roguelite is basically rogue, but a little easier because you get stat boosts as you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
But Hades is like gameplay's all revolved around that. That's how you get the story. Every time you die, there's more character interactions through the story of you dying.
Hades,
That's the whole
oh
point.
God, Hades one was so fucking good.
And this,
Such a
like,
good
and if
game.
you get too far on like your first runs, they'll make it harder for you so that you die.
Okay.
It's pretty annoying, but it's nice being told you're too good. Stop.
Stop that.
Stop right now.
Is it procedurally generated?
Yeah.
For the
I mean,
most part, yeah.
actually, I think
Well, because the splits, right? Like
the maps are set out, or like there's like a bunch of different maps. I think. I wonder if some of it is actually. It definitely felt like a lot of the maps were pre-done, and then you just get thrown into one of them, and then you
Yeah.
split into a path based on which upgrade you want.
but the splits are all random.
Because I hate procedurally generated. I don't know.
In terms of like, you don't like that you can never do the same thing again, or that you.
To me, I hear procedurally generated, and I hear, so fun is random then. Fun is just randomized then, I guess. I don't know. Like, I like knowing that everyone's sharing the same experience, or I'm sharing the same experience as like everyone else playing the game. Like a big reason why I ended up playing Subnautica was I saw the gameplay. I thought, this seems like a procedurally generated game, whatever. It's a survival game. But when I heard that, no, everyone gets the same map, I'm like, okay, so this is structured exactly the same way as how everyone else is going to play it. And that to me is...
But why does that matter?
Huh?
Surely there's some games there where it makes way more sense to have it procedurally generated.
Like what?
Lethal Company. Like having everything different every single time, completely random is the point. Like you want to experience, like you shouldn't be able to go in and figure out where everything is.
Yeah.
Also,
you get like a unique experience every time, which is like exclusive to you, which is like a whole new other experience.
And the way a lot of games can go around this is like games like Balatro, which is totally random. They have seeds, so when every randomly generated thing is a seed. So there'll be like a million seeds. And then you can basically be like, oh, if you wanted to play the same seed as me, well, you could type in the code.
Yeah, like Minecraft and games like that.
We'll play the same. Yeah, Minecraft does that too.
Yeah.
So it is random, but if you wanted to experience the same everything, you easily could.
I don't know. It's like, even when you say that, I think, yes, it does work for Lethal Company.
And Minecraft it works for too. Minecraft wouldn't work if it was a set.
If it was all the same,
to me, it almost always feels like here's an artificial way to make more content for this game and make you play for more hours without actually making more content. Does that make sense?
I understand where you're coming from. You're like the intention isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no thought behind every aspect.
Yeah.
But I think for certain games, it makes way more sense to have something that is totally random and benefits from it. But I can understand wanting the experience of a purposeful game.
I think I just like having a purposeful experience that the developer intentionally made instead of just being like,
what if they intended for the random though? I wouldn't say it's air because it takes a lot of work, I imagine, to get the procedural generated right, like the kind of layouts you wanted right. So I imagine even though I don't think it's just let computer do work. I think there's still a ton of work that goes into doing it.
Maybe I haven't played a game. Maybe I just haven't played a game where I'm like, yeah, this is it. Procedurally generated. All right.
You just haven't played a good roguelike yet.
Maybe that's it.
There's some really good ones. I mean, there's like Slay the Spire. There's Darkest Dungeon isn't another amazing one. You got to play Darkest Dungeon. It's so fucking good.
You are saying words now. Describe them to me.
Okay.
Describe Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon is, it's like the OG in terms of like, can you bring up a screenshot so I can help describe it? You hire a bunch of mercenaries and imagine XCOM if it was a dungeon crawler. So you've played XCOM, right? Or you know of XCOM?
I know of XCOM.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll go into a dungeon, hire your mercenaries. Maybe someone will be a rogue. And someone will be like a berserker and someone will be a cleric. And you go into this dungeon and walk through it. And every now and then, these enemies will pop up. But the problem is that you got to make decisions. You don't have a lot of healing. And any damage they do take, you have to pay or spend a lot of money outside of combat to fix. So taking damage is a real big no-no. And in the game, you basically have to get loot and then progress and level up your dudes. But if they die, they permanently die. You have to hire a new member. But you're going through procedurally generated dungeons and fighting enemies. But your characters also have stress. And if their stress gets too high, they have a heart attack.
So how do you beat the game?
There is the Darkest Dungeon at the end, but your characters have to be max level to go to the Darkest Dungeon.
Okay, so to get to the final level, so to get to the final level, you have to do something different every time.
Every single dungeon you'll go through is procedurally generated and different.
Okay,
and but as you can see, it's mainly like a grid layout. There'll be like imagine if you opened a map.
Yeah,
you literally click go this room and then you walk, and as you're walking, there might be a fight that happens.
Yeah.
Or you might step
or maybe nothing might happen.
See, I hate that. I would prefer
Why?
That's
so good.
It's fun.
Because I would prefer on like you describe that to me and I'm like, I would want something like Dark Souls where it's like, okay, there is an end game. You do fight through, but everything there has been purposefully placed by the developer itself. If you beat Dark Souls, everyone knows what it means to beat Dark Souls.
Yeah,
because everyone.
I think that works when you have like a one player and you're like it's a story driven and you're this one character in this giant world and your goals are very set and the story beats are there. Yeah. This one doesn't. It has a story, but it's not really. It tells it through like journal notes and stuff. But the idea is that you kind of almost churn through these mercenaries, and you're constantly like having to be like, sorry, my favorite guy, you died. And once they're dead, they're totally dead. Actually, I think you can get them back, but it's very difficult and takes a lot of effort. But it's really, really fun because you kind of like, it's literally all about like cutting losses the entire game. It's very stressful.
I like roguelikes and roguelites because they like constantly keep you on your toes as well, because you're just like, all right, I've never been in this situation before, even though I might have played the game for like 5-10 hours at this point, where I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do here. One wrong move. And so you're constantly learning how to get better at the game by failing. And that in and of itself, I feels like progression.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, I feel like by going through this one scenario, now the next time I come across a similar scenario, I know somewhat more than before what to do. So it feels like I'm getting closer to the end. And then when you finally do get over that, you're like, all right, sick. I'm further than I've ever been before. But now you're scared because it's like, okay, at this point, I don't know what's coming up. So I might run into another situation where I get fucked up. So yeah, I don't know. I like that kind of. I get your thing as well with just like a planned everything, but roguelikes and roguelites, they give like a different kind of like excitement.
It's so good. It's so good because your characters get stress, and if they get to 200 stress, they have a heart attack where they have a 50% chance of surviving it, but they go down to like 1 health. But at 100, I think at 100 stress, they
Sounds like Fear and Hunger or some shit like that.
Dude, it's so good because there's this the one, the narrator is amazing, but they have this really fucking awesome mechanic that if you love gambling, it's the hypest shit ever, because your character will get to 100 stress, and there'll be like a 20% chance that he'll like prevail through the stress,
Right.
and he'll get a team-wide buff. But normally what happens is that you kind of like fail it, and then your team gets more stressed, and the more stress your team gets, the more debuffs they get.
Right.
So it's all about like managing stress and health. It's so good. It's really, really good. It is kind of like Fear and Hunger actually, but really well polished, an amazing game, and I really recommend playing it. Also, Backpack Hero is really easy. You play it on Steam Deck. It's really cool. It's like you basically have a backpack and you're going through this dungeon, and again, procedurally generated dungeon, but your weapons are what you can fit in the backpack. And you'll have like a 3x3 grid, and your sword will be like 3 long, 1 wide. Then maybe you'll get like a shield, but it's 2x2. And then maybe you get loot. So you got to start fitting it in the bag. And then as you progress, your bag gets like, you can like add 3 squares. So you could add like a really long 3 square. It's really cool. Type in Backpack Hero. It's really fun, kind of like 30-minute game if you want to pick it up and go. Like a roguelite actually. Super fun. Show a picture of
roguelite.
Show a picture of the bag. That's that one there. Yeah. No, below. That's, that one. So your bag will have like this, and then they all do like buffs and work off each other. So you have to like chuck them in. It's really fun.
Okay.
Highly recommend it if you want a little easy kind of fun one.
30-minute game?
You can do like 20-minute runs and like pick it up. Steam Deck, super easy, very fun, and you can see the reviews are great. Like that. It looks like that, and then it's like enemies take turns.
That's cute.
So you start off with like that, and then it gets like it gets like crazy, and they'll be like, oh, if it's at the top of the bag, it'll do 10 plus damage. So then you're like, all right, I want to put it at the top.
Yeah.
But then I got to move shit around. So it's like Tetris dungeon crawler with loot, and then then it gets really crazy later on. You can start doing insane combos and stuff. It's really fun. I highly recommend it if you want a really easy one. Darkest Dungeon is like this if you were stressing out all the time, because Darkest Dungeon also has like it has like a mechanic where like you'll click to attack an enemy, it'll be like it has a 30% chance of hitting. You're like, please, and you're like, I can't miss this shot, and you miss it, you're like, oh.
Is Cult of the Lamb also like a roguelite?
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb's a roguelite too.
That's also a really good game as well. I really enjoyed
that one. Was like made for like streamers specifically. It's all about like getting your audience to join in.
Yeah.
Even playing that casually is really fun too.
What other roguelikes do I like? What's some of my favorite roguelikes?
They've really been kind of popping off recently, haven't they?
That's because
all
the indie games.
Yeah, the meme is indie devs when they're trying not to make a roguelike, and it's like the vein busting in the head.
So many of them.
Slay the Spire is very good. Dead Cells very popular. I haven't played that one. Risk of Rain 2 I was very addicted to for a while. It's really good. What else is there?
Rogue Legacy.
What else is there?
Vampire Survivors.
Vampire Survivors is goated.
Yeah, I mean that's very good.
I guess Vampire Survivors would be a roguelike, huh? Or roguelite.
Yeah.
Is there a AAA roguelike game? Or was it all
No, I
indie
didn't think
games?
so.
Don't think
Or is
so.
it all indie games?
Well, I think because it's like, I imagine it's risky to make a game that has just a gameplay loop and not like.
I mean, it's risky to make a game, period. I
Yeah,
think.
well, exactly. I guess
It takes a lot of time. A lot of
if you have
effort.
to go to your higher up and you're like, all right, we're going to make them play the same game over and over again. And they're like, wait, what? No, we need set pieces. We need this. Oh, Inscription. Oh, it's one of the best games of all time. You got to play Inscription. It's so fucking good.
Card game? Ooh. I think I've heard about this one, actually.
This is,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
look anything up about it. It's the best fucking game ever.
Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah, there's a lot I want to play.
Slay the Spire is a really good one. I haven't played it though, but
Yeah.
everyone says they like that. That one's a card-based dungeon crawler.
Shadow Corridor 2 as well is one that I've seen a few people playing.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones. I mean, I think the genre is just perfect for indie games because you can kind of make a core mechanic and just kind of like really nail it down and kind of just go through like the same kind of gameplay world over and over again. But
Yeah.
when you have a really fun mechanic, you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do the same thing over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
This reminds me of the genre I recently got into. Not a game, but I recently made a video about this, about how like, oh, I've given up on isekai. Spoiler, I haven't given up on isekai.
I
was like, what happened? What happened?
yeah. Haven't completely given up, but
Okay.
I've been getting into webtoons and webcomics recently.
Okay.
And I don't really know why, because a lot of them are definitely not as good as manga is.
Yeah.
It's. Have you guys ever read any webcomics at all? Any webtoons?
I've read
like
a few.
Solo Leveling,
I did
Tower
feel
of
like a sponsor.
God.
Yeah.
Anything?
I've read a bunch of like manhwas and like, yeah, a couple of like Japanese web comics and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I didn't realize this, but basically, you know, so Japan has manga, Korea has manhwa, and China has manhwa, right? And they all have like their equivalent of, let's say, the isekai genre, which is no matter what country, no matter, you know,
No matter what country you are, I'm a gamer.
yeah, there will always be a way to throw some shitty power fantasy, like kind of like bullshit. And every different country has its own genre. So in Korea, Korean webcomics, the genre that is massive is this genre called Regression, which is basically a roguelike. So the entire genre is all about some guy.
Multiple isekais. Multiple
Yeah.
isekais.
Some guy does
Motherfuckers
something.
when one reincarnation is in the mouth.
Yeah, no. So one guy does something, he dies or something happens, and then he travels back in time. He travels back in time to an earlier point in his life with all of the knowledge that he has of the future. And it's basically ReZero. You know, it's basically ReZero, but just imagine an entire genre based around this, but just it not being as good as ReZero.
The 25 best regression, man. Holy shit.
There is way more than 25.
There's a top 25.
There is
so
way
many.
more than 25. I can say, I don't think there are 25 good ones. There are like...
How many good ones are there?
So it depends, right? It depends.
Out of this list here, do you know of any of them?
My daughter's the final boss. That's good. How to use it. Okay, the problem with all of these titles is that 90, like Isekai, look at these and tell me how many of them sound like the same shit.
I mean, I sleep on all of them, to be honest.
Leveling with the Gods. Returning of the Mad Demon.
Triple F class trash hero. Okay, I kind of want to read that one.
Reborn rich. Like, what?
A man's man.
A Man's Man is actually good.
Oh, I love number
that's good.
14.
That's good.
Returning with absolutely nothing.
A Man's Man is good. Chosu Saves the World is good.
Father, I don't want this marriage. What are these titles?
Bro, some of these, the fantasy of a stepmother. Okay, I need to read
I'm
that
down
one.
for that.
Oh, Connor's awake for that one.
Oh god, I need to read that one. But yeah, it's something. I don't know. I found it harder to read manga recently just because I really like reading physical volumes. But for some reason, webcomics, even though I think in general the level of quality is way worse than what you can find in manga, I feel like the ease of access makes it a lot better. If I actually have a
Yeah, reading manga is kind of tough.
was that sarcastic?
Yeah.
So difficult, guys.
No,
So
I mean, it's about the feeling. It's about the feeling.
Okay.
It's
God.
about the
Oh,
feeling.
Sorry.
You
God.
know. No, one medical return. That's pretty good as well.
These look like fanfics.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them did start off as fan
Yeah.
fictions. No, actually, one that I do genuinely recommend though, is this one called Omniscient Reader's Viewpoints, which I think could have the potential to be like, if it gets an anime adaptation, it has the potential to be.
I'll be struggling to spell omniscient.
It's okay, Nabi. It's okay. It's okay. It took me ages to like. How do I
I think
pronounce
it's omniscient.
omniscient?
Omniscient. There you go. Reader's viewpoint. There it is.
Yeah. Problem is, this looks from the cover, all of these webcomics look generic as fuck.
Yeah, they all look
Yeah.
so...
yeah.
They really do.
This one's basically free in Webtoon, so it's an easy read.
Let's read the synopsis of this.
All
Doctor was an average office worker whose sole interest was reading his favorite web novel, 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. They wrote a web novel inside a web novel? Okay.
Yeah.
But when the novel suddenly becomes reality, he is the only person who knows how the world will end. Armed with this realization, Doctor uses his understanding to change the course of the story and the world as he knows it.
Bro, it's so good.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
so
that
good.
synopsis just
That synopsis does not do justice then.
All right, let me give you a better
Okay,
synopsis
all right, go
of
on,
this.
do it,
Let me
go on,
be
do it, go on.
this guy. All right,
Chad?
huh?
Chad?
Actual Chad.
It looks
Actual
like a Chad.
He's the guy on the left.
Okay.
But basically, he is committed to reading this shitty ass fucking web novel. That is like the fucking filthiest trash that he gets to chapter 3000, I believe.
Dude, that's like you. No wonder you like this shit.
I'm like, yo, he just like me for real.
What the heck? No wonder you like this shit.
He just like me for real, man. But then he's the only one who reads it up to the end. And as soon as he gets to the end points, it turns out that everything that happens in this web novel, which is kind of like a death game, starts to happen in reality. And he's given one ability, and that's the ability to that's having this web novel on his phone, and he can read it really fast. So basically, he has all of the knowledge of what
Garnt,
is-
you're not selling me on this.
he has all of the
doesn't sound
knowledge.
good.
He has all of the knowledge of what is going to happen. What is going to happen in this death game? this death game.
So
Well,
what's
if you say it's going to be good, I actually trust you, but the way you're describing it makes it sound
What
boring.
I'm hearing is this is just Mirai Nikki, but a web novel.
Mirai Nikki, is that a death game? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that is a death game.
It's Mirai Nikki where they can read into the future.
I'd say it's more like Squid Game, if anything, where the thing that makes
Come on,
this-
Joe, it's Korean.
it's Korean. It's Korean, Joe. It's Korean.
Squid Game.
Sorry.
It's Squid Game, but the thing that makes it stand-
Squid-like.
Squid-like.
okay, yes, it is a squid-like. This is a squid-like story.
Okay, squid-like story. Got it, yeah.
The thing that makes it stand out is this is one of the most meta pieces of media I've ever read in my life. So
That's
what
cool.
happens is that he actually meets the protagonist of the story that's of
hype.
this
Okay.
reading.
Oh, yeah.
And like the protagonist of this story, he's a fucking dick, but he's also overpowered as shit, right? So using his knowledge of the characters, he has to find a way to befriend all of the characters from this story in order to survive this game and kind of like take advantage of
Oh, that's cool.
all of the
actually
characteristics
good,
and
yeah.
all the powers they have. And using that knowledge and using, being able to befriend all these characters, he's able to take advantage of the systems in the storyline in each of the death games in a kind of like a Log Horizon kind of way. So,
I'm awake.
so
I think they should get you to write these fucking synopses because like you did a so much better job than whatever that was.
yeah, this basically what makes it stand out is it's someone who's obviously read a lot of trashy power fantasy stuff.
Right.
And he's like, how can I take all of these elements and just kind of like make a meta thing that not really satirizes it, but just takes the parts you see the most and tries to make an interesting story out of it.
Right.
And this is it. I feel like this could be this pops off harder than something like solo leveling nowadays. And
Which sounds kind of cool when you put it like that.
yeah, and to me, I'm like, have you seen the solo leveling anime at all?
No.
I've seen up to episode, whatever the recap episode was, 7.
Oh, you've seen?
Yeah.
you've seen up to episode
I've
7.
seen up to episode
Is it good?
7.5.
Bro, I forgot how I forgot how boring the beginning of solo leveling.
Yeah,
was,
I was
man.
like, I've heard
Holy
this. I was like,
shit.
I've heard this manga was really fucking good. So I gave it a watch, and I'm like, when does this get good?
I think it starts to get good from memory, right? From memory, it starts to not. I wouldn't even say good is like.
Oh no.
Good is a hey. Do you like Sword Art Online, but more of the same? You know, it starts to get good. I think at the end of season 1, but considering that even like Mr. Beast was watching solo leveling, I'm
Yeah.
like, I was surprised how many people were actually watching this and thinking that it was good.
Yeah, I got
People
fooled.
are dumb.
Oh, this is gonna go on Twitter. This is gonna go on Twitter.
I got fooled because like every single person I know of who's like read the original Solo Leveling manhwa was just hyping on about like how fucking amazing this was, and I was just, and they were like trying to sell it to me. You were trying to sell it to
Same thing
me.
with One Piece.
It was-
One Piece fans forget how boring the start of One Piece is.
Right, but like
But One Piece has a really good plot. Solo leveling, the webcomic, the reason it pops off so much was because just the art.
The art is insane.
The art is godlike,
Yeah.
and during some of the action scenes, during some of the hype scenes, it fucking pops off, and I totally agree with that. And what it does well, it does really well. Problem is, when you take that to animation, we've had Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. You know, we've had Demon Slayer. We've set the bar that high for action scenes that pop off, and the action scenes in solo leveling. All right, they're all right. They're not
Yeah, they're
bad.
aight,
They're-
they're aight.
yeah, you've seen it. You've seen them,
Yeah.
right? They're all right. They're not bad, but they're definitely not at that level of some of the top action anime that we've seen. And if it
Yeah.
can't reach that level, then
Unfortunately,
like-
people are not going to care
Fair
as
enough.
much.
yeah.
fair
And
enough.
unfortunately, people are not going to care as much about it. So, point is, don't read solo leveling. Actually, now, go read Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I'm off the solo leveling train. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Please make that a big thing,
Okay.
because I would love to see an anime about that.
I watched all of Fallout. That was really good.
Is it worth the hype?
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's so good.
Another show I need to
know.
watch.
I know nothing about.
I've
Fallout,
never
though.
watched Fallout. I've never played a game of Fallout. I don't know anything. And the fucking show is amazing.
Okay.
So good. You got to watch it.
Yeah, I definitely want to.
And then inadvertently you're watching Arcane because the main girl plays a
So
character in
is
Arcane.
Fallout based, is Fallout based on any one of the games, or is it more based on just the world?
I don't know.
Have you played a Fallout game?
No.
Okay.
I've just, I mean, they set up the world and they set up a mystery and it's really,
I think
really good.
it's original, right? I'm pretty sure. Or
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it takes some stuff from the game. I think some people were actually annoyed because apparently it did something that goes against something that happened in the game or something like that. I don't know.
I've only played 3.
Either
I
way,
think,
it's
yeah.
an amazing show. Watch it. It was so fucking good.
We are in a golden age of good video game adaptations now.
Yeah,
It's-
watching this was like, shit, this could like...
Well, now hang on. Let's wait
If-
for Borderlands to come out,
if
all right?
this-
And then you can see if you
But
say
like,
that again.
if you had told me this, like, obviously I don't know much about Fallout, and even if it wasn't attached to a game, it was so good that I would just think, yeah, this is just a triple A TV show, like whatever
Yeah.
the fuck that means. I don't know what we said, like a
Triple A TV show.
like it felt like the quality's insane of the show. It's so good, and all the effects are awesome too. Everything looks amazing. Like they've
Yeah.
really gone above and beyond, and like
Okay.
I'm very glad they didn't really show much about the show beforehand because they just kind of came out. And people were like, "Wait, this shit's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
definitely
so
wanna watch it.
good."
What makes it good?
Dude, you know, I'm not eloquent like you, Garnt. I can't explain it.
What did you like about it? Well, okay,
The world made sense. Like everything made sense in the world. I really liked.
let's play this game. Okay, what's the
Oh,
show we've both
God.
seen recently?
What have we both seen?
Shogun,
Do you watch all the Shogun? Do you finish it?
episode 9.
What the fuck? You're on like there's 8 episodes, right?
No, there's 10 episodes.
Is it 10? How many episodes are there in Shogun?
Richard's man.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Have you finished Shogun,
Yeah,
motherfucker?
I've seen it, I've seen it.
Have you finished Shogun?
I have. Oh yeah, 10.
Yeah,
Okay,
10 episodes. Yeah.
It felt like 8.
Yeah, I mean, I watched all the episodes that were out, which was 9
I
episodes.
mean,
Yeah.
it's done. It's
yeah,
over.
It's
It ends.
so
like,
I kind of can guess what's going to happen. All right, what do you like about Shogun?
I like that the British guy goes around saying savages. That's fun. I like that part. No, I don't know. It's just a great story, and also a great political thriller, if you will.
Okay.
I don't know. It kind of does.
It is, by the way.
Yeah.
The writing of the characters is immaculate.
Yeah, every character feels like legit and like they have their reasonings, which is so rare because sometimes you're like, why is this character doing this? Oh, just because the
Just
show.
to fill the space.
It's like because he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's just doing it because we needed him to, not because he had this is in his characteristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I completely agree. So, what do you like about Fallout?
That's a great question, Garnt. Something Max. No, that's Max. There's Max though.
Okay, you got.
I like how like there's this like 3 concurrent perspectives of the story being told, and all of them have like their own motivations for trying to figure out what's going on or to continue going forward.
So you
in this
said
world.
there was a mystery or something as well.
There is a mystery. There is a mystery, and the mystery is really well told.
Okay.
And even though you find out most of the mystery, there's still more to be found, and also the answers for the mysteries are satisfying, not like erased.
See, I'm so proud of my boy.
There you go. There you go.
All right, you've sold me on Fallout. Sold me on Fallout.
The mystery's really, really good. You'd love it. It's a Garnt show.
I love mystery shows. I love having a mystery to work towards.
It's also very funny. It's actually funny. It's like a few times I was laughing out loud. I was like, okay, it's pretty fucking good.
Okay, you've sold me. I've heard that the main girl was the same girl that voiced Jinx in Arcane as well.
Dude, her eyes are so anime.
Yeah, they're huge.
She's
my
huge
God.
eyes.
She reminds me of
It's like some
what's that?
leadership.
Yeah, Alita Battle Angel, right?
God damn.
Yeah, okay.
And also, it's very gory. When someone gets shot, they like
Oh yeah,
you
I
see
mean,
everything.
in the game. They fucking like explode.
Yeah. Like some people get shot and they just fully explode.
Yeah.
Also, his practical effect on his face is so good. He's actually wearing like all this like makeup stuff, and it looks so good.
Right.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I really want to watch it.
All right.
So many shows to watch.
You watch one episode of this, and I guarantee you'll put everything else.
Oh
on the
yeah.
back burner.
I know I'm gonna. Enjoy
I did.
This.
I was like, I'm gonna watch one episode tonight.
This and
Went to
Shogun
bed
are
at 4
definitely
a.m.
my top 2.
Yeah, it's this Shogun and this is on my watch list, but it was like Shogun and Invincible. That was like,
Oh yeah, Invincible 2. Is
I guess I'm not watching anime for a while. I guess. Oh no, I'm not
Invincible,
even
they
reading
got,
manga
like-
as well.
I mean, don't even get me started on Invincible. They brought it out. There's like 2 episodes out. You can.
Oh really?
Well,
Oh
no,
okay.
it's 4. It's like 4 because they had the half season break.
Oh.
So
I mean, it's
Oh,
still
I'll wait.
it's still
I'll
a
wait.
lot of episodes.
no.
Well, season 1 was what?
8.
8 episodes? Yeah.
This one's 8 episodes as well.
Yeah, but
what-
they split it into half a year.
Yeah, but what confused me at the beginning, I was like, oh, they're doing a 40-minute premiere. Then I didn't realize every episode was 40 minutes. So it's basically a double season in a sense from the first season.
No, the first season was also
Yeah.
42 and
Yeah.
60 minutes
Was
long.
it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wait, the guy you girl mathed your way into thinking you'd more
Maybe I'm
episodes.
just anime peeled, and I
You
was just
are,
like, this is an
yeah.
animated
No,
show.
Not every TV series is 20 minutes per
Wait,
episode,
wait,
guys.
wait.
I'm
They
pretty
made-
sure the first episode of Invincible is like an hour long.
Yeah, it's really long.
I was anime peeled, and I was like, oh, it's an animated show.
Yeah, 51, 48, 45.
okay.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
long, bro.
they're all like 45 minutes.
The
I was
last
like, what are you
episode's like
talking about?
over an hour, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh, no, 48. Okay.
Yeah, they're all like 40 to 50 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
and
made
then,
that the
and
fuck
then
up.
the exact same thing, but then split it in half. So you only got to watch like 4 episodes, then you had to wait a year.
Okay,
and
I'm
then,
gonna
like, here's
I'm gonna
the-
wait till it's fully out then. Before
Well,
I
it
watch
is. It is fully out now. The 2 seasons are fully out.
Oh, they're fully. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, so now you can
Great.
watch them.
Another thing I have to watch then.
I would say you can just watch season 1. If
Whoa,
you want it more
whoa.
complete.
Whoa.
I mean, I've seen season 1.
the fuck are you talking about, Garnt? You just watched season 1. What the hell?
I mean, season 2 is good, but it didn't feel like it was. I don't know. I
Season
remember
2's setting up for
it didn't feel like
season
it
3,
didn't
4.
feel like as complete as season 1 was. Season 2 was like it ended, and I was like, I feel like it was like halfway through the storyline, the story arc.
Well, yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, because there's like there's a bunch of self-contained stories, and also obviously we're mainly on Earth, so that one's kind of like covering that relationship, and then season 2 is kind of building up the kind of universe,
Yeah.
literally.
Oh, so it's like Attack on Titan then.
Kinda, yeah, I'd say so in the sense that.
Season 2 was the build up.
wait.
Well, you have this. You have the scope, and then
Wait,
season
wait,
two
wait.
season
Hold
2
up,
pulls
hold up.
out like this, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Yeah. And then season 3 was when it all just hit the fan, right?
Season 2 did feel like
Are we
it was
really
setting
gonna
up.
argue on this?
Yes. I'm just thinking about it before I say something potentially stupid.
Oh, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, who the fuck it? I just said
Yeah.
it to get people pissed off. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Point is, I felt like Invincible season 1. I finished that. I felt satisfied. Invincible season 2. I finished that. I was like, I do not feel
as
satisfied.
Right.
Because I don't feel like I've seen a complete storyline arc.
Invincible felt like, you know, when like Castlevania season 1 dropped, and you're like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
goes hard.
Yeah.
Season 1 of this.
Yeah.
Castlevania was like came out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why is it so good?
Insanely good.
Why is everyone British? It's so good.
This is all you need with Connor. Just give someone like a British accent, and you're like, actually,
Literally,
I'm
when
invested.
Actually,
what I've realized,
goated.
what I've realized, if you just have British voice actors, I'm biased, in stuff, they just sound so good. They always
do.
sound
I
so
mean, they
good.
do, yeah, they
Except for the, what is the game? What is the Nintendo game? Xenoblade.
Oh,
Did that have British voice actors?
Well,
in
because
it?
they took the British voice actors. They're
Yeah,
like, could you,
Rex, right?
Could you sound like anime?
Wait, was it Rex or Shulk? Or no, actually, both of them were British voice actors.
Rex was also pretty
That was because they made British people sound anime, and I was like,
Yeah.
And the reason why like fucking Castlevania was good was like, just pretend you're in like modern day UK, and they were like,
Yeah.
all right, we gotta go fucking kill some.
Well, not
fucking-
modern day UK.
No, it is basically modern day UK. I think the poverty is as bad in Castlevania and modern day UK. I don't think there's much difference. We just don't have a Dracula, of course. Have you been to Birmingham, Garnt?
I was going to say, how far north are we going?
yeah, it depends. You're cushy southern. Like, you'll come to the north, guy, and you'll see. You'll be like, wow, they really had it pretty good in Castlevania. They get the pubs open.
Yeah.
It's safe in the pub.
I was like, oh my god, Castlevania is real. I didn't realize this.
Oh, why is the new Castlevania season kind of
Is it? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Wait, really? Is it a new season?
they have a brand new like storyline.
Oh shit! Really?
What is it called?
Which one?
It's like Castlevania like Nocturne or something.
Wait, there's 6 seasons now?
Well, it was technically season 5, right?
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's new.
Yeah, so we
characters.
had, what was it 4 seasons of the original
4
Castlevania?
seasons of the original one,
And
now there's 2
so
seasons
now
of this.
there's Castlevania Nocturne, which I heard was which is why I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
I think it was. I mean, it's great. I think there's just some things where you're like, and then I think
Okay.
they're mainly setting up for season 2 and 3, which
Yeah.
you never want that to the first season to be doing that.
Is this like, well, who's the main character of this? 'Cause-
Some two new characters.
okay. Is it like the descendant?
Oh, it's Richter. It's Richter Belmont.
Yeah, Richter.
Yeah.
So they went Boruto in this shit, man?
I guess, yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, they just, yeah.
It's Castlevania Boruto.
And like,
That's why it's
That's
why it's air.
I also didn't like the show because they showed them throwing the tea in the harbor in Boston. I was like, get that shit.
Oh no.
It opens up with like a
it's-
traumatic event happening there. I was like, yeah, me too, man.
So it's from the American
Alucard
perspective
is in
now?
it. I don't want to spoil it, but Alucard is in it too.
Okay.
He's literally Sasuke though.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Alucard
Alucard is the Sasuke of Castlevania.
Oh god.
God, Castlevania was so good.
It was so good.
I love that. I mean, did you finish Castlevania?
Yeah.
Did you finish it too?
I think I got to season 3. I haven't seen season 4 yet.
I love how like every now and then the dialogue between the fight between Simon is it? No, who's
No,
it?
it wasn't Simon. It was the one guy from Castlevania 3. Fuck,
main
what's his
character.
name?
What's the main
Yeah,
character?
what the fuck's the main character? From
His
Castlevania
fight
3?
versus death. The dialogue is so fucking funny out of context.
I don't remember.
Can I show God? Did you care to see what the dialogue is?
I don't care.
Can you type in funny dialogue Castlevania death fight? I don't know. Oh shit! No.
Brilliant.
Funny. Okay, maybe it's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Netflix Castlevania. Try putting that down.
It was so funny. Oh no, it's literally the most like out of context. It sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Trevor Belmont. That's his name.
Yeah, Trevor versus death. Yeah, is this it? just like the dialogue is so weird.
You don't make anything, you don't live. You just eat and hide.
Is there a point to this? Are you dictating your fucking obituary to me, Belmont?
It's time for us to go.
And who's going to make me go? You? With your bit of string in your hand?
It's just such weird dialogue for like death. Yeah, I think there's definitely more funny bits, but yeah, it's just like, what is this dialogue? It's just so unique. I'm like, that's why I fucking love this show.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking stupid. The final boss is like,
the thing that stood out to me about the first few Castlevania's seasons was like, it's rare just to see banter done well.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of times, especially in just the new this new wave of like Marvel movies or something, everyone tries to write banter, but a lot of times it just sounds like, oh, let's quip. Let's just.
I saw that Chris Hemsworth was like, he said that he regretted that how much they went off the script on like Thor 4? Love and Wonder. Yeah, that one, Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Have you seen it?
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it. Yeah,
it's shit. It's just like him being like, "Oh yeah, mate," every like 5 seconds and just joking. It's just like not funny.
Yeah.
And it's but I think I'm glad that now
someone has to like reel it in.
I mean, I think they have now because so many of the Marvel movies have lost money. So I think
no one's watching them anymore.
it's boring.
Yeah, because yeah.
It's been like 5 years. I saw it was like I think 5 years since the Endgame fight or something like that, and I was like, it's been 5 fucking years. What the fuck since that massive cultural moment?
Still haven't seen it.
Madden Web, yeah,
$15
million.
Yeah.
Is that even a Marvel movie? I don't think. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's like there's like the MCU, and then there's like.
And then there's fucking
and then there's like the Sony Marvel shit or whatever.
I don't know. This
whatever the Morbius
Either way, I'm glad
verse
it's
is.
over.
Yeah.
At least once every month we shit on Marvel. So happy for it to be done.
I just want one more to be good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get one more.
Well, that's it for today.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed our ramblings.
That's every episode.
That's just every episode.
Enjoyed the trash taste ramble.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed us listening to us talk about rap, even though me and Connor have no idea about that at all.
Swag.
I mean, I'm not that knowledgeable.
You're more knowledgeable than
more
us.
knowledgeable
You
than us.
listen to words, Joey. That already makes you 100% more qualified.
What's such a high
This
bar
guy's
of entry?
crazy. He listens to words.
Such a high bar of entry. Hey, look at all these patrons, though.
So amazing. So
I'm
beautiful.
sure they love our ramblings
beautiful.
because that's why they support us. And if you'd like to
Sexy
support our
patrons.
future ramblings, then head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/trash taste. Hey, we got a brand new Patreon exclusive video up this week, by the way. Why don't you go check it out?
check it
Here's
out.
a little clip of it.
Oh, you gotta check that out. Let's come here. Press this. Oh my God! What are you doing? What was that? What was that? Bro, I just saw that. I literally saw the Kirby.
But hey, if you want to check that out and a whole lot more, then patreon.com/trash taste. As always, also follow us on Twitter. Send us some memes on the subreddit. If you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And we will talk about something we're a little bit more knowledgeable on next time.
See you next week.
That's a lie.
All right, bye.
Bye.